Hey, this is the MLPCCG IRC crew. We're going to be going over the new cards in Absolute Discord. And we've got me, I am Big Cheese. And we've also got Bugle.
Hello.
And Lunatic.
Lunatic Song 14.
And,
Flitter?
yes.
Podchaser.
So let's get started with our first card. We've got Discord, Master of Chaos.
We're gonna just go down the entire list from 1 to whatever.
Yep, all the way through. We're going to breeze through some cards that aren't very interesting. Yeah.
Okay, Discord. So we're starting?
Yes, starting with Discord.
Okay. Yeah, Discord's fine. He's a reasonable troublemaker. He's better in against control than he is against aggro, though. Control has fewer friends. Aggro doesn't really care about his friends as much.
Yeah, I'm not thinking he's going to see very much competitive play. The 2 bonus points is a lot, and his actual cost isn't that hard.
Yeah.
I think we
So
might
his
see him.
effect.
I think we might see him in some aggro decks that just want a nice blocker. His 6 power is kind of nice, and it definitely does hurt the opponent a lot more.
Okay.
So I guess that's it. I mean,
Yeah.
he's reasonable. He's better in limited than constructed, but he's not bad.
Let's head into the next one. Now we've got our first main, Nightmare Moon. When you confront this card's problem, turn this card over. Pretty easy flip condition. A heck of a lot easier than CG cards or mains.
Yes. Slightly.
Yeah,
It's
take-
easier than any Premier main, too.
Yeah,
Yes.
actually, it is.
And boosted side. When you confront this card's problem, you may pay 2 to frighten an opponent's friend there. That should actually say there. Yeah, I guess there's right. Rules lawyer here, but
Eh.
it's
It's a not aggro blue main.
it does remind me of Pokepony a bit. This on confront, hurt your opponent.
Yeah. But usually that
I will
doesn't
say this is
really do
the
terribly
I
well.
believe this is the easiest to flip blue main.
I guess.
Which is
Yeah.
actually something new for blue.
I think
I mean, she's fine, but she's not. I don't think she's gonna be. I don't think she's gonna be top tier. I think Rainbow Dash
No.
is still gonna
Yeah,
be the blue main.
Yeah.
I mean, hanging out.
Yeah.
Rainbow Dash.
I actually think that, especially with some of these new cards, that Flyer Extraordinaire has some potential.
Well, sure, maybe, but we're not talking about Fire Extraordinaire.
Yeah. Okay, next one. Oops, that is wrong link.
Ah, yes. For instance,
Another Luna.
Yes. Luna, I think, has more mains than anyone else now.
yeah,
probably.
definitely.
And this card has actually been errated. Is the errata in
Yes.
here?
You can't. Luna's fan fiction is not going to happen. Makes me sad.
Yeah, no more spinning her in circles. It now says turn her to her boosted side.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is actually a very interesting card and pretty
Hurts
easy to
combo.
flip. Yeah, it does. Hurts pretty much all decks. Like you get to
Oh,
see
yeah,
your
fair
opponent's
enough.
hand, and you get to see like how they're gonna play. So like what cards
And
are
you
important in their
You hit
hand.
their entry, you hit key cards, whatever. I mean, there is no safe split.
Yeah, and it's going to be a tough choice.
And like, they play Nightmare Moon, and then you have no hand. You have no hand. You pay 2, or they pay 2, and they banish your hand no matter what.
Yeah. And the thing to note is that this card, like, to get up to the 9 cards, you need to discard. So either you're going to need to play a card to discard, or drop to 9. So you're going to have to like either draw 2 or do nothing in the first few turns. So it's not
Nightmare Moon.
Yeah.
I mean, there are other ways to discard cards.
It's not gonna always hit you instantly. So generally, you're gonna have a few turns. Though if you do play a Troublemaker, I would watch out.
Yeah, if they play a Troublemaker, play your entry.
Well, yeah, always pretty much.
I guess that's true for everyone, yeah. Because you always have to assume everything's a Nightmare Moon. But yeah.
And her boosted, no ability.
But yeah, she was fun before she got eroded. We were going to use her with AK Yearling to just go, yeah, I'll just banish your hand every turn.
Yeah.
It was a great idea that died before it could be brought to the light.
But Luna's fanfiction was not good enough to see print.
To be fair, most fanfiction isn't.
Okay, on to the next one. Our second discard card, first Discord main.
He's fun. I had a lot of fun with him.
Yeah, this is the flippy flip one. Constantly flipping back and forth. Starts at 3, which is actually really interesting. Allows you to play a turn 1 Snips and Snails. And some
turn 1 Bell Tower.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting strategies I think they're going to come out of this card.
Turn 1 Purple Waters into Bathrobe, confront opponent's problem.
Yes, we will hit Bathrobe, I believe.
Yeah.
What's interesting here is, or one thing you got to watch out for with this card though is you've got this great entry plan, and then your opponent plays 2 1-power friends, and or like pile presents, or two
Troublemakers.
I don't. Yes, anything. It's really easy to get this card flipped.
Yeah,
I think
you still have to run like Penny Lanes or Berry Punches or whatever.
Yeah, you still need entry.
Yeah.
I think what's interesting about this main is that you're going to see you can build basically an entire deck around trying to get a cheap, high requirement start. Knowing that on the first turn, I mean, you pretty much I think it's gonna be pretty rare that somebody's actually dropping 2 cards on turn 1 if they start.
Yeah.
But obviously you need to have that backup plan. It'll be an interesting main.
Also notable about him is he has a home limit of 4 on both sides, like ultra rares from Candlelight Knights, and his ability on the front side is actually very useful. Knowing what problems are coming up is big, especially in pink, which has Snips and Snails. So you're like, oh.
As was mentioned,
I know
even
not to Snips and Snails into that Fruit Bout Roundup.
Yeah, Fruit Bout Roundup. I did that at my LGS, actually. Still won, but...
I did it at Gen Con. Almost lost that game. 15 AT, discard hand.
That's what you get for playing combo.
That is what I get for playing combo.
Yeah, so on his boosted side, you got to play 2 to flip him back over.
So,
he's one power boosted.
I actually think it's possible we will see a competitive pink Discord deck.
Yeah, I think just having the 3 starting is...
Like, I think Vinyl is going to be better for most decks, but I think he's different enough that we might see something.
Well, and as we're going to see going through, there's a lot of cases of cards here in Absolute Discord where having your main boosted is a disadvantage.
Yes, but yeah, putting a what's it called on him? Utterly Drained, or is it Utterly Drained? I can't remember. The one that
yeah, that's
makes it so you have no powers on your boosted
the main
side.
Characters.
Means
he can't
get back to his front side.
Some pretty weird situations you get into.
Yeah,
Let's have the next
fun.
card. Fluttershy.
Fluttershy.
Oh, and Discord's hiding in there.
Of
What is
course.
this? Yes, another easy to flip main. We're
Yep.
seeing some massive differences between the CG mains here.
It's
We
refreshing.
have easy to flip, already flipped, and easy to flip in 3 mains.
Yeah. And nothing really interesting on the front side. Boosted side, though, troublemakers here lose and can't have abilities.
Yeah. Flutter farming is going to be a
So-
thing.
So does this work that like you flip Nightmare Moon, not a villain?
Not
That-
a villain.
That would be
The
correct.
villain
Yeah.
is,
not gonna-
is an ability.
Yeah, that is
Still
gonna be
epic.
Yeah, still epic, which means you can farm it though. So
Yeah, you can
you
just
can
farm
just
your own
sit there,
stuff.
farm your own build. Yeah, and that's gonna be. I definitely see some decks with this.
I think we're going to really see this particular Fluttershy is replacing Premier Fluttershy.
Yes, yeah, that's just what I was thinking.
Premier, yeah. She's the mid-range Fluttershy. I think FTA is still the aggro Fluttershy.
Yeah, clearly.
Absolutely.
Okay, heading on to the next one. Changing Drone. Now this is one we already had spoiled, so eventually you're gonna
is that-
start seeing.
Yeah, it was okay.
You're gonna start seeing some cards that we don't have card art for, but so far we have it for everything. We already saw this one. A lot of people talked about it. Personally,
It's
it feels like it's gonna pay off slowly, and it's yoink bait.
I think along with all
but if it had
Frightened
20
Main-
power, printed power, then you'd play it.
Yes, yeah. if it was 2 for 20 power, I would definitely play it.
Yeah.
Just the
Well,
flip.
a lot of cards that fiddle with Frightened mechanics, they're all interesting. I think there's a gimmick deck there, but I don't think at this point Frightened is yet competitive as a deck archetype.
Yeah.
Okay, next
It's
one.
kind of funny though.
And here's our first of the new 2/2
Yep.
Rex.
It's emerald green, except it's cheese sandwich.
Yeah. I'm very glad to see these. Entry has been sorely lacking.
Everyone
the entry,
is glad to see these.
yeah. Especially for blue. Blue, trying to do
People are
off-color
watching us
blue was
now.
a pain.
Yep.
Yeah, blue and yellow really needed these.
Yeah.
I would say to a degree purple did too.
And it's another Earth Pony.
Apple Brown Betty.
Although I am kind of surprised because Blue Moon. No, wait, not Blue Moon. Sorry.
Emerald Green?
Emerald Green. He is an Earth Pony, right?
Yes, they're both Earth
Yep.
Ponies.
They're both Earth Ponies, yep.
Yeah, which is interesting. On to the
They
next.
don't have to be different. Hey, it's
It's
CC.
just- Yeah, Cloud Chaser. Which you
I'm-
yourself got to spoil
I'm
this
just,
one.
I'm just going to
Yes.
defer to Bugle. You talk about this one.
Oh. So, pure awesomeness, obviously. I mean, from the art to the fact that she's a 2 power for 1 cost. And she synergizes with a lot of aggro cards, like Bulk Biceps, other Cloud Chaser, opponent PTOing your Snips and Snails. It's like, nope, Cloud Chaser is here to save the day.
Yeah, it's really cheap ready.
Yeah, and she has chaos text too, but like, which can be relevant against like Queen Chrysalis.
Chrissy, but
But other than
Uh,
that,
yeah, the only
Probably
thing
not.
looking bad for her is this 4 wreck. That is an annoying
Which-
wreck to hit.
you play her in pretty much only blue.
Yeah.
But in blue, she's great, and blue has epic win. So, like, I think you play her alongside Orange Swirl, right? Just play 6 2-for-1s.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me, yeah.
Because
And of
On the
course, you
next?
have the great turn 2 play of Cloud Chaser, Cloud Chaser, Cloud Chaser, Cloud Chaser, Cloud Chaser, Cloud Chaser. Flitter.
yeah. No, first you gotta throw in some
No,
Solar Wind.
Some Solar Wind.
that's all 7 cards that you have on turn 2.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
this is
true.
Cloud
that's
Chaser,
true,
Cloud
that's
Chaser,
true.
Cloud Chaser, Cloud Chaser, Cloud Chaser, Cloud Chaser, Flitter.
Good luck
Okay.
drawing that on your hand.
I
So let's
don't
check
care.
out this Discord. He was partially spoiled to a partial card here. When this card is flipped, one of your cards involved in the face-off gets +2 power until the end of the face-off. So he is he entry? Yes,
No.
so he's entry.
Yes.
No
the
rect.
entire cycle is
My
exactly like this.
Yeah, okay, so this is the cycle of the 3-2 flip for the +2. So let's just talk about this whole cycle.
The yellow one's a critter.
Yeah, I actually think this. I actually think these are interesting, especially in limited.
Well, yeah, they're
Because-
limited cards.
Yeah, like they're not gonna see play in real decks, because there's actually some better things you can get here. But
Certainly better than Crystal Ponies.
yeah, and like you're flipping for a 4, so it's not a
Yeah.
bad. It doesn't hurt you to have in your deck.
Well, oh, it's one of your cards. So yeah, you can pump your
Yes,
troublemaker.
and you can pump your troublemakers. Sadly, problems aren't involved in the face-off, so you can't pump the problem.
Neither are resources.
We'll find a way. Give us time.
Yeah. Let's try the next one.
Actually, you could pump the resource friends now.
I've got to complain to
If they're in a
Dusty
face-off, yes.
because
That's
Right
hard to
now-
do, though.
this whole
If you do
link,
main phase.
this next card link, not working. Not working.
Which one?
I think next card link. I have to go down here and click them manually.
Okay.
Let's see.
Lightning Dust.
Lightning Dust. No card art. Let's see. He's a 4/4, 2 rec. When you play the last card in your hand, you may frighten a friend here.
Yeah.
Not very interesting. Not.
I mean, not terrible, but
The 2 rec makes him not entry, and then his ability is just meh.
But, yeah.
Next one. We've got a 3/3 blue, 1 rec. While the opponent's main character is boosted, this card has Swift. Now this is actually an interesting card. This is a
Great limited card.
Yeah, this is common.
Yeah.
Like even non-limited, like it's generally gonna have Swift, and it's a 3/3.
Swift, but
Well, and it's also on.
I think you want your things to be costing 2 in aggro.
Yeah,
I think there's truth to that, but this is also a 3/3 card that's operating on a 1 requirement. On a blue main, this might be a very strong opening move.
There's certainly far worse things you could do. Like, I'm not sure she's going to be competitive, but she's not a bad card at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
Plus, it's Little Strongheart. I mean,
Yeah.
everyone's been wanting a Little Strongheart card.
didn't we have? She was on a previous card.
She was on a card, but I don't think she was actually the subject of the card.
We have
Okay.
Thunderhooves. Chief.
Okay, on to the next one. Princess Celestia.
Oh man,
What does
I
she
almost
do?
lost the game because of that. That's a pre-release.
So 4 for 3 power and 2 rec. And when this card is flipped, frighten a friend. Or when it enters play, frighten a friend.
She's a much better nightmare than Luna is.
Yes, a much better Frighten than the Luna. Having the chaos effect on all these cards is actually really useful. There's a whole bunch of these chaos cards that basically are very similar to cards we've seen previously, but then add an additional the same effect on the flip. And that's free, so. Although it does force a frighten, so if you're involved in a troublemaker face-off, then you have to frighten your own friend.
Yes, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, there's
There's
a
always no
potential-
risk to these cards.
But not all of them have risk. Cloud Chaser doesn't.
No.
I mean, I guess.
No, it's unconditional
to-
ready. Yeah, so if an opponent is facing against
Yeah.
Chrissy, then you have to
I
ready.
guess. Fine. That would suck.
Yes, it would. So Shining Armor, 3/3/2, and so wait, no. When this card is involved in face-off, it has +2 power. Meh.
Better Jetstream.
Yeah, there's not really much to say
Yeah.
about him. I mean,
Better Jetstream except for worse wreck. Meh.
Spike, the new Rainbow Dash, or wait, the new one? Yes, the new one.
Yes.
This is similar to the last card, +2 until the end of the face-off.
this is
Not
just
bad
part of the
limited.
cycle we were just talking about, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like.
It's not part of this.
Yeah.
It's a 2 for 2. It's not entry, but
Yeah.
limited card. Not going to see much outside of that.
No. But it is the new Rainbow Dash. Unfortunately, I was really hoping that when we got Spike the new Rainbow Dash, that it would also be counts as Rainbow Dash. To get
You know,
like element of
I
loyalty.
really want to see the card art for this card, though.
It's just a massive missed opportunity. It really is.
Sweetie Belle in blue. Cat sitter. Oh, so yeah, this is this cycle of 1/1/1s in the wrong color. So she's got Caretaker.
It's a 1/1/1, so she's not unplayable.
Yeah, it's not unplayable. Definitely has potential for limited. Like anything that is cost equal to power is playable in limited. Especially with low rec.
So.
Yeah, the low rec. Not going to see competitive play.
She's great limited. And plus, Cat Sitter Sweetie Belle, what's not to love?
It's Sweetie Belle. I already love it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. On the next, we've got Tank, another tank card. Yeah, this card is weird. When you play the last card in your hand, you may move this card. Like, oh, okay, when is that going to happen? Like, I never want to be in the position that I am playing the last card in my hand. And he has 3 rec. Like, what's with that? Like, 3... I'm really confused by that.
Yeah, I think it's just a case of another really, playable limited card that's just not going to see construction.
I'm not even sure it's playable in limited. This 3 rec.
3/3 is fine.
Well, in limited, there's probably going to be a lot of times where you're playing your whole hand.
You're playing
out.
a blue main.
Yeah, I guess.
It's fine.
Onto another card that...
Yeah, Weathermare.
They have yet to name properly.
She's Weathermare. That's her name.
So I'll be honest.
And Bubbly Mare, and yeah.
I love this card. I will probably run this card in almost every blue deck. She can backfire, but at any point where she can backfire, the gamble is always at least even, if not in your favor.
I don't see how it's even though. It's 1 cost. Okay, so it's a 1/1 entry and it's Pegasus. So like great for hanging out.
Yeah, you put her out. She's 1 cost, 1 power. That's even AT cost. The first time you move her, there's a 50% chance that your 1 AT that you spent to move her generates 2 power at the problem.
2 power.
And
yeah,
then
and
every move after that
frightened.
is just and if she's frightened, that means you gambled 1 AT and lost. But the other option is you gambled 1 AT and won.
Yeah, but I could have.
It only gets better from there. And if you can make her frighten immune somehow, there's several methods.
Yeah, but I could have played Cerulean Skies, I believe, and gotten.
You could have played Cerulean Skies, and then what?
And then now I always can use Swift. Like, I don't really want to move a 1-power friend. But I think that's
more my point, is what do you want to do with 1 power at a problem?
What do you want to do with a frightened friend at a problem? Like, it is a 50-50. Like, I think it's a big risk. Now, she does get interesting when you play...
Stone Cold.
Now. Yeah, Stone Cold on her, or some other ways. There's some problems we listed out earlier.
Yeah, Swindlers in Town is the problem.
Yeah.
And yes, teamwork with Thunderlane.
Did we ever get an answer to the question about if she can't be frightened, does nothing happen, or does she always get the counter?
The question has been on Facebook. The discussion's gone back and forth. At this point, I'm not even sure which camp I subscribe to, but there's been no dev response yet on that question.
Yeah, we'll have to see with that. It doesn't really actually change the usefulness.
I think
it's interesting either way.
I think because it's like Chrissy says exhaust a random character, but this says choose one at random. So I think because it says choose one at random, you choose one, and then if you can do it, you do it, and if you can't do it, oh well, nothing happened.
Yeah, and that makes sense to me.
And I'm still of the opinion that both of these are the same thing. They're foresight. The game looks ahead and decides that it can't choose that, and then backs out. But whatever, we'll find out. Let's see.
It's definitely a cute card, but
the flavor is great on it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's also the only 0 requirement card that has a premier keyword.
Yes.
Yeah, this is true. So let's see. Into the Orange Friends.
Bessie is
Bessie. She's a cow
Bessie is a cow, and
and an ally.
for those of you who are following the continuing adventures of the frenemy ship of Mint Julep and Lemony Gem, this does not disappoint. This is the most important plot in the CCG. I don't know if you've been anyone follows.
I have missed this.
Huh?
But apparently I've missed this whole thing.
Lemony Gem and Mint Julep have a lot of flavor text where they're just kind of very bitter towards each other, and it's great.
Okay, so let's see. What do we got here?
Bessie is a 3 power for 2 cost, which is already...
Yeah, so right there, that's good.
That's good.
And then friends here with 2 or less power can't ready.
So player to a bunch of CCs.
Yeah, knocks out Cloud Chaser.
Just got to be careful that that's a double-edged sword. You can't ready your own stuff either.
Yeah, but you're playing orange. Yeah.
Well, you're playing orange, sure, but if you're abusing Carbo Loader, you may want to actually be able to ready your cards. Because it's not limited. It's not limited to a problem. If she's at home, you can't ready your home cards either.
Yes, this is true, and the opponent can because she's not at your opponent's home. So she's kind of risky. Like if she gets sent home and like, oh, I want my camo mod. Well, I guess you don't really care if camo mod doesn't unready.
No, I was thinking that. I'm like,
actually, that's a combo.
Well, the cases in which you don't want to ready camo mod are so small. It's like I want to
because of Lead Pony Badge. It's like, screw you.
Oh yeah.
Lead Pony Badge can ready your mod against your will.
Yeah. Today I used my mod to disable somebody else's mod, and then he played another mod, and freaking.
Things get out of hand.
Bessie is fine. The 3-rec kind of is
Yeah, no,
fine.
yeah, I definitely think she's interesting. Yeah, the 3-rec, especially in orange, unless you're having orange main, as we've learned, orange off-color entry is difficult to set up.
That's
been full steam, huh?
I think that's being mitigated a little bit just by having another 202 though in the set.
Yeah. We need the orange. You know what I'm talking about. The pink one. The 3/3.
Fixer.
Apple Brown Betty.
Apple Brown Betty. Yeah, I think you said that. I don't know. Anyway, next card. Bloomberg.
It's a tree.
He's a tree and an ally. So you'll notice on a lot of these cards you'll have this weird trait that like only one of them has, and then they also throw an ally.
Yes.
So that they can actually share some traits.
Like in case we get like ally teamwork or something. I don't know.
Yeah, we don't have any ally teamwork yet. But
it's definitely future design space.
Yeah. But
so this card is
basically just a 2 for 3.
Yeah, I think this is actually definitely playable. Basically the intent here, it seems, is that at the beginning of the game it's a 2 for 2, and then in the mid game it's a 2 for 3.
Yep, pretty much.
Combos pretty well with
really great limited card.
Synergy with mod.
Really
yes,
limited
very
card.
good limited. Next one. Kermil.
Obsolete Dock Top, almost.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for that one extra rec, it would just obsolete.
Yeah, that one rec difference. But I would almost always run this over Dock Top unless you're running Dock Top for weird entry reasons, which you don't really need to anymore.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because of camo mod.
Well, I don't even think Dock Top ever even really saw that much play.
No. And there was some potential.
We were running him in Buy Some Apples until camo mod came out, because he's an Earth Pony that you want exhausted.
So this is interesting. This would have seen play in One Pace, potentially, because it's Unfrighten Any Friend.
Unfrighten Their Friends.
I actually just noticed this, yeah.
No, nothing to be afraid of costs 0, though.
Yeah, it does. Next card.
It's more power.
Kokukuso flipping out. So it's a 3 for 2, but flip an additional card. But he's a 2 power. So in a deck that you're trying to flip cards, flipping a 2.
No, it's okay if you flip a 2 because this
Oh,
chaos
you do
effect
flip
is
an
just flip
additional.
another card. Yeah,
You're
he's
right,
basically
you're
just
right.
a +2.
Yeah, actually. I wasn't
He's
thinking about that.
solid. He's comparable to Crystal Pie.
Yeah, I can see that.
Definitely. Just
And he-
-1
And
power.
he's an Earth Pony. He's
Yeah.
an Earth Pony, unlike Crystal Pie, which matters.
Yes, that was the annoying part. Pinky, that's not a freaking Earth Bunny.
Yeah.
He's really good in limited, though. Just
Yeah, I
Yeah.
noticed there's a whole bunch of good limited cards. Like,
yes, it's great.
I really hope that Absolute Discord brings a lot more limited events to my level.
He is a
five.
rare though, so
Oh,
fun
that's
to-
true. That's true.
you know, he's. If you're playing orange and you're playing limited, you play this card.
Yeah. Okay, next card. Oh,
I
click.
could see him in
There we go.
this. I don't know.
Daisy.
cute, but she's. Yeah,
Oh,
Ran.
another part of that cycle.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's just
I mean,
Good
2-on-2
limited.
is fine.
Other than that,
yeah. There's really nothing to say here.
No.
except I have to scroll down. Discord down to Earth. This is another one of the 3/2s. We've
Yep.
already discussed these.
We already discussed him.
Yep.
He's an Earth Pony, though.
Really?
He was an Earth Pony. Traits, Earth Pony.
Yeah. Granny Smith. Respect your elders. Yeah, this is another entry card that turns into in mid-range.
A strong card, yeah.
In mid-game gets stronger.
Yeah.
Being stubborn is actually very interesting here.
It's worth noting this one is fixed. You're not going to see that in limited
No, you're
play.
not going to get that one in limited.
She'd be amazing in limited, but you're not going to see her there.
No.
Yeah.
That's really where she wants to be, too.
Hubert Jellius.
Hubert Jellius! Yes,
Yes.
for those who don't know, this is the pony who is too strangely obsessed with tubs of
Tubs
jelly.
of jelly. When this card's problem is solved, or this card will be sent home, it isn't sent home instead. So he's sticky, which...
It's very interesting.
Yes.
It's good and limited, it saves you AT.
Yeah. And
I-
there's
I-
some weirdness in construction you could do, but
I
Yeah.
think there's room for orange aggro right now with the cards as they are. I don't think
Orange
anybody really
aggro
plays it.
is, yeah.
But with even just a +1 power resource, this guy could help confront problems without any AT expenditure and get you some pretty hefty points.
The problem with him is he is not a counter or a combo with Simpson Snails. It's only when it's solved, it's not when it's replaced.
yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, same thing with the hazmat suit, which is annoying, but
Yeah.
okay. Another Lyra card. Oh look, she's
It's
entry
entry.
again.
And also, but this is a unicorn instead of an Earth Pony.
Is that do we even have any other unicorns in orange?
I'm sure there are some,
Yes.
but
I'm curious now. I'm gonna look this up.
let's head into the next one. Princess Luna, 3 for 4. When this card is flipped, exhaust a character.
5 cards.
Yeah.
Sandmare is fine.
Yeah, I definitely think it's playable.
I mean, 3 for
Oh,
4.
he used his yeah.
And
What's nice,
Chaos
what's-
can basically be like flipping a 6.
yeah.
Or a 2 if you're unlucky.
Oh
What's
yeah.
nice, what's nice is that
there's
her
a
on
lot-
play effect is optional.
You can use her to steal problems. Like if the opponent is just barely confronting a problem, you can play her to the problem and exhaust something, and now you're confronting it. So now
Yeah,
they
then now
have
they
to
have to
either,
do the yeah.
they
Stealing
have to either
problems is actually really important, or
Yes, it
can be
is.
really important.
So I could conceivably see her in an orange aggro deck.
Yeah.
So that 3 rack.
Orange, orange, yeah, 3 rack. 3 rack is not good, but orange is also. I don't know. This orange aggro thing. I'm gonna try it just because I can, but I don't think it's gonna do well.
It's possible. We'll see what happens.
Anything's possible.
Hmm.
You'll see this problem that is possible to confront. On to the next one. Scootaloo.
Scoots.
This card was very interesting. No points for you. It's a
While this card
much,
is flipped, opponents can't score points.
Yeah, and this is a much better Cranky. Like
Well, yeah.
Cranky last set just was horrible. I think everyone
Didn't
in our
Cranky
group played.
cost 2?
He was thought it was 3.
Yeah, Cranky cost 2 for 0 power.
Yeah. And oh look, no bonuses.
But yeah,
Now,
the
this one-
ability is the same, but Scoots has Chaos and Stubborn.
Well, it's not exactly the same. This is during face-offs. But
Yeah, so is Cranky.
Cranky.
During face-offs involving this card. Players
Oh.
can't score points during face-offs
it is,
involving this
okay,
card.
I thought it was a different one. Then yeah, like totally replaces Cranky. So Cranky I think was
And
0.
flipping her is like... sucks to be. And no,
Yeah, opponents.
ever bad to flip.
Yeah, never bad. I think this is
Still.
definitely. It's
Good.
it's fighting for some deck top.
Oh yeah, it's fighting
deck
for
slots.
Scoots, and she's not an Earth Pony, which matters a
yeah,
lot.
I don't think she's actually going to see a whole lot of constructed play.
No.
Yeah, and it's If she was an
Half
Earth
the players
Pony,
wanted
it would. Yeah, I mean, you definitely would. It's freaking amazing. On to the next one. Not entry. I hate not having card art.
Ace.
Oh, Ace. Yeah.
Tennis
Yes,
player.
this is Ace. Now I've been looking at him for a while, ever since. Well, first off, he's the top card in Absolute Discord in the OCR, so he was the first card I looked at and spent some time thinking about. I think this card could be decent, but the problem is it gives your opponent the ability to control your play space, because they can drag him around and really screw up your power distribution at your problems. And I don't really feel that the card draw offsets that.
No.
But, that's a lot for your opponent to spend. It's like, I'm going to spend 2, or potentially 1, but... well,
Even
there's
0.
lots of ways to
Like-
move. Yeah.
Yeah. Use Rumble, move to the other problem. Like if you're trying to use him to, farm a villain, and then you can't, because suddenly you have 2 less power there, that's kind of annoying. So his ability is kind of more drawback than advantage, I think.
Yeah. Okay, next.
He is also one of 2 pink cards that I opened at my pre-release. I literally opened 2 pink cards.
So, we've already seen these cards. This is still part of that 3
And
per
an
2
entry.
cycle.
Yeah, that's the.
He's Trixie.
DJ
Yeah,
Plum 3D.
Like-
Yes, final.
This final kind of makes Cloud
Yeah.
Chaser look tame.
This one's fun. It's a problem wipe.
Yes. And
It is a little bit difficult to combo it. Like you've got to
really, rock paper scissors shoot, lose, party bomb,
yoink. Yeah, there's lots of options. But
yoink it, and you can Pinky's Epiphany it and then get it back, which is hilarious.
also,
I
I
didn't
do
think about that one.
enjoy the art here. We were
That is
bugging
Pixel Kitty
them.
art.
Are we sure? Because we bugged them hardcore and they wouldn't say.
It's custom art. It's probably
Yeah,
Pixel Kitty.
We're assuming Pixel Kitties here, but it is awesome. I
It is
love
great.
I love Tabby there.
And the flavor text.
Yes, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, she's 2 power for 1 cost.
Yeah, and just that.
Ability.
Although I would
4
not
rec
play a
hurts.
4. I would not play a 4 rack for a 1/2. Just that, but with her ability.
No, not just for 1/2, but she's not just a 2 for 1.
Yeah.
Well, you also got to consider how many strong pink mains there are right now that just have no problem hitting those requirements either.
Yeah, that too. What's next?
Okay. I think you play her alongside Purple Waters if you're playing pink. Pink main.
Aggro. Well,
Yeah.
well, it's not aggro.
She's an aggro card.
Kind of. I guess.
How is it not at that cost?
Like,
It's control. It's like
no, she's aggro, and if the opponent is playing control, you're just like, screw your problem. Like, it hurts aggro a lot more, or it hurts control a lot more than it hurts aggro.
yeah. I guess I can see it.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Let's see.
Okay, so this is Hoops.
Hoops.
Is amazing.
What does it do? Okay, when this card is flipped, gain control of an opponent. Oh, yeah, this one. Gain control of an opponent's friend involved in the face-off until the end of the face-off. Or you can enter play and gain control until the end of the score phase. It's a 2/2, though. 4 rack,
2/2.
but
4
the
rack.
2/2 here, like...
It's so... No. The one problem is it is only there. Like, you can't steal cards at home. But it almost obsoletes a simple mix-up.
Yeah.
And it's just... You can steal problems with this. You can steal friends and then Penny Lane. Hoops is a very versatile card. And has chaos, which never hurts you.
Yeah, and it never hurts. Yeah, opponent's friend.
Yeah.
Well, what? Gaining control of your own friend wouldn't hurt you either.
There are a couple of
There's
friends.
ways to
that-
word it that would.
There are a couple of friends that might cause negative repercussions under certain circumstances, but they're not going to come up in regular.
Yeah, if you gave your opponent that one friend that makes you do stuff. I forget what that run is, but
Screwball.
yeah.
But
On to the next. Lily Persistent. This is... Wow.
Part of her- part of her
Earth Pony-
she is Golden Harvest. Except in pink.
exactly the same?
She's exactly the same. 2/1/2,
Okay.
stubborn. That's Golden Harvest. She has a less fantastic hat, though, in that she does not have a hat.
She's got a flower.
She's got a flower, but her flower is not Golden Harvest. Fantastic hat. But, you know, she's fine. Definitely limited card.
Yeah.
Works with Carbo. I mean,
Is
they're
it,
even both Earth Ponies.
Yeah, common. Mud Pie, having a blast. Entry.
Pink mod!
Yeah.
Ooh.
Not much to say.
Another Earth Pony entry. They're just throwing Earth Ponies everywhere.
So, let's see. We've looked at, what, 3 right now? We've had Earth Pony, Unicorn, Earth Pony.
Yeah.
And Pink currently has Earth Pony, Griffin, and now another Earth Pony.
So many Earth Ponies. When this card enters play at a problem, it gets +1 power until the end of the turn for each other friend you have at the problem. Yeah,
This
so
is a Pinkie Pie, by the way. So we
this
can't
card-
see the name.
oh, we can't. Oh, I guess I should say. Yeah, Pinkie Pie, life of the party. This just isn't a very interesting card to me because
No.
you already have friends with the problem. Why do you need more power? Like,
Well, if you were me at the pre-release today, I did play like 10 friends in one turn.
I think the only
and
place
it's until
you're
the end of the turn. Like,
yeah, the only place you're really going to see this would be if you maybe were playing a swarm deck and needed to confront a 9-power problem, but that's really the only
Yeah.
circumstance I can think of it would be useful.
No,
throw it
She's
in Mosh
not going
Pit,
to see
but
constructed play.
yeah.
But she's a great...
Honka Po, Undercover Mastermind.
Po.
You
Okay,
have
show
this
you-
card, right? You have the card art, right?
It's... Do I need to toss you the link again?
Yeah, toss me. You didn't toss me the link.
I did too!
I don't
I
believe you.
made a big deal about it. I said Bonka Po, Bonka Po.
Where is it?
Here, I'm giving you the link again. There, Bonka Po.
Let's see. Honka Po. Wait, I have a thing set up for this. No! I thought I had that set up right.
It's alright, it's actually pretty
it's
well
fine.
centered in the frame.
Yeah.
We can see Bonka Po.
There you go. She's got a mustache.
So yes, we have no idea who this mysterious pony is. But she is clearly the best pony because she is
Yeah,
Ponka.
the flavor text. It's hard to read.
But yeah, she's sadly not. I mean, she's a 1/1/1, so not terrible, but she's also not amazing.
There's so many other 1/1 cards in pink
Yeah.
too.
Like, I mean, you play her in limited if you've got the if you're playing pink, but just because 1/1s are not bad in limited.
Yeah.
And she can get bigger if you
Yeah.
dismiss a whole million things, but she's not terribly amazing. And no, in case you're wondering, she does not actually count as a Pinkie Pie.
Nope.
She is Ponka Po. Completely different pony. Original character, do not steal.
On to the next.
Yeah,
Another
Cadence.
Princess Cadence. She's
Great
getting,
limited card. That's
getting
it.
grabbed by something. I don't actually really remember this part. I assume that this is
I think it was the vacation episode.
Yeah, this was the vacation episode with Discord.
But yeah.
Oh yeah.
Four
Okay.
for four is, paying
Four
for is a
for-
lot.
It's 4 for 4. Draw 2 cards.
Yeah.
It's
a great
really
limited card, but you're not going to play her in constructive.
If that
Yeah,
was
that-
one rec, if it was one rec, it would be interesting for flipping
Final? Sure.
final.
Sure.
But
But what's your rec?
to
More than one.
yeah,
But
yeah, not terribly interesting.
I think ultimately it's just sunk by its expense. It's just too big of an upfront cost.
Yeah, I mean she's not even an interesting combo because it's 4
Yeah.
spending 4 AT. I could spend 2 AT to draw cards.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and pink has a million other ways to draw cards.
Yeah, it's much better ways.
But the most important part is we now have an Alicorn in every color.
Yes.
Yes.
Screwy, a flying earth pony.
Now let's not confuse things. This is Screwball. Screwy is a different pony.
Screwball.
Sorry, Screwball.
Does she look like
Um,
a critter to you?
A bit.
Kind
a
of.
bit. Yeah, so this is the card we were referencing earlier. You give it to your opponent, and they have to retire another friend there.
Yeah.
Wherever that card is. And so you choose where it enters play. So it's either your home or one of the problems, and then it goes to the opponent's either home or problem. So you can choose where you want to start discarding stuff.
So combo, play her, then Tangled Koi for it, so they can't move away.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be something.
Yeah. She's probably not. She's a very cute card.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting mechanic, but there's much better ways to dismiss.
Yeah, white is going to be the only thing that can really even attempt to do anything with it.
Yeah.
Stand still. Stand still.
Oh look, another Sips and Snails.
This is a fixed card, I believe.
Yes, fixed. Sips and Snails, Stage Magicians. Oh, it says it on the card. Yeah, so this one's interesting. It's generally gonna be more power than it costs, but the 3 rec and the not knowing and your opponent can you're giving the opponent it's a flips for 1 and you're giving your opponent the ability to manipulate one of your cards' power directly, just like trivially. So I'm not seeing much for this card.
I think there's probably going to be a lot of use for it in casual.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's a great casual card. Flitter approves of this experiment. It's Tom.
It's Tom.
Rock.
Have we already skipped? Because there was that one card or is that 77 or something?
It's not this card. We
Okay.
haven't skipped it yet.
Okay. So yeah, this card is. I actually really like this card. It's unconditional dismissal.
Cost for 1 power though.
Yeah. I don't know if
You're
I run
right.
it.
3 costs.
When you
3
flip.
costs for 1. 3 costs for unconditional removal isn't bad.
Yeah.
Like,
And getting
Unconditional-
1 power on top of that is not really something to complain about.
Yeah, and so, but even though it does flip for 1, it is dismiss a friend. But again, it's double-sided. If there's no opposing friends that this applies to, it applies to you.
mhm.
But I could see it. It like just the power of an unconditional removal that can be like it can be. You can cheat the cost on it some. It'll be interesting. Bon entry.
Entry, we're on purple.
Another Earth Pony.
Another Earth Pony.
Check it out. Cheerily, break it up. I just loved the theme of this card.
Cheerly's good.
And if you're not paying attention to the comprehensive rules updates, ending a face-off prematurely with problem face-offs actually prevents the problems from cycling. So this is actually kind of huge for controlling the board state.
Yes.
Okay, next. Comet Tail. 2/2 for 1. Good limited. Troublemaker's Hero plus 1 power. Not seeing this in
It's entry, though.
constructed. Yeah, but
Yeah, it's 2/2 entry for purple. Purple kind of
You
needs
don't-
that entry.
I mean, right now, yeah, but if you're
purple
going
needs
to play
3/3. Purple needs 3/3 entry.
Yeah.
And it's got
that,
Twinkle Shine.
because this is for 2/1/2. That means you're playing a purple main, which means you have your 3 purple.
Oh yeah, you do have your 3.
But you're going to be running Sunset Shimmer over this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Another one of the
Seen
3/2 discords. Already seen it. Fast forward. Pay 2 action tokens and exhaust this card to banish a friend at the start of the next turn. Put that friend to play. So this is a repeatable Sleepy Luna.
Yes.
And if you're hitting the right friend, like Penny Lane, then this could be interesting.
Oh God. Yeah. This could be fun with Penny Lane.
I think we will see some decks using it, but
Oh wow. Yeah. Pay 2, get Penny
Get 3.
Hooves, get 3 more. Pay 2, get 3 more.
And all you have to do is
juggle. Pay
juggle.
2,
Yeah.
get 3 more. Pay 2, get 3
Yeah,
more.
but you're waiting a turn every single time, so it's not
Yeah,
going to
you-
really snowball too quickly.
Oh
But-
yeah,
well,
you have to
but three
exhaust.
extra AT per turn is crazy. Like, it's like oh, I have to
absolutely.
Um,
It would pay for itself fast under the right circumstances.
yeah.
on one
But,
use.
like-
Actually, no, not one use. Sorry. Wait, no. I can't
No,
count.
it doesn't pay for
Yeah.
herself in 1 use.
I think it's 2 uses.
She's not
But yeah.
because she costs 2 to play. Like there are other good
yeah.
targets too, like
Yeah, there are.
Daring Duke.
Yeah, any of these
Anything that has a good
troublemaker
on play.
dealing.
Tom, like Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tom's
And
another
you'll
good
notice that a lot of these on plays are all 3 cost. So it's like
Yeah.
-1. It's interesting.
Plus, you get to move them where you want them.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a free move too. Yep.
And
Well,
actually, when
not
does it
free.
come back
Free.
in? At the start of the
Start
next
of the
turn,
next turn.
which is a different timing than Sleepy Luna, I think.
Yes. Well,
Slight-
Sleepy Luna is at end of turn.
Yes, at end of turn, which actually impacts your opponent. Oh wait, no, at the start of the next turn. No, that is your. There's
Yeah.
very subtle difference. Okay. What do we got here? 3/3 entry Earth Pony Elder.
Meh.
Yeah, this is a really weird card. I'm not. It doesn't let you steal problems. It's like your opponent
Yeah.
can't start a problem face off. What? Weird.
Yeah,
It's not what
yeah.
you want to be doing.
Let's just move on.
Alicious, Tome Retriever.
I
Yeah,
just want
this,
to point out
Very
how,
good limited.
how the art on this card looks like a terrible Photoshop, and I actually kind of hope it becomes a running gag with Aloysius friends, where there's something different in his beak in every set. I think that would be hilarious because it
yeah, like the color's
really
totally
does look
different.
terrible.
But yeah, Aloysius is great and limited. You run him just to hope that you flip him and get free AT.
Yeah.
And even if you do draw him, he's a 3 for 3. That's fine.
Oh, I hadn't even noticed his text. I must have totally missed him in the OCR. That's not bad.
Next card. Now, this might not actually say the same thing, because we saw these cards a long time ago. 443 Chaos. Yeah, it looks like it's the same.
Like a text match, yeah.
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 I do enjoy the art on this one. I hope that the actual printed art is the same.
She's a 4 for 4.
Yeah, it's just not a very interesting card, though. Pay 3 next for your
4
next
for 4
event.
gives you a discount, but yeah. She's a limited card.
There's just not enough events that would ever cost that much that you would need it.
No.
Yeah, like if it could actually cheapen CPS, Cutie Pox Scare, then yeah, but it doesn't. Trixie,
She's interesting.
yes.
But-
It's so situational.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, I don't like even in limited, I would try and cut this card. It's just
I think she's really strong against friend to animals, though.
In limited, that's where you want to play her, though. I mean, I don't think you can.
Well, friend to animals frequently will focus on
Making the
your
opponent skip a confront even once.
yeah, in
It's a
limited that
big deal.
can be huge.
That being said, she never did help me, but that's because of a freaking problem. That there's a starting problem that all friends there have no abilities, and that was a problem for me. Because I wanted to play Trixie there, and I could, but that wouldn't help.
Nope. Okay.
But yeah,
Move on.
Truffle.
Truffle's good. Truffle
When an
is good.
opponent moves a character, you may exhaust this card to gain 1 action ticket. Yeah, I mean, 2 for 2 entry in purple.
And then when he's at home, he's gaining you AT constantly.
Yeah. Potentially, like, obviously depends on the opponent, but like now your opponent has to think every time they move. Like I do like this card. Definitely
Especially if you
limited.
have a lot of them.
It's a common. Like, gonna be interesting.
That's what Rarity wishes your tax was.
If you don't have Sunset Shimmers, this is what you run instead.
Yeah, absolutely.
Twinkle
Run
Shine.
them alongside.
This is
2/2. Or
Twinkle Shine, this is
2/3/2,
part of her-
inspired.
with
Yeah.
a 3
She's
purple
a
red.
good limited card. She's a limited
Potentially.
card.
Yeah. Apple Bloom. Yes, a movement tax in purple.
In purple.
That's pretty much all this is.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
And
much.
movement taxes still are not good.
No, too much stuff bypasses.
Buffalo,
wait.
buffalo.
Actually,
Oh, we're just
yeah.
skipping it?
Oh, no, that went backwards. Buffalo. Yeah, this is not that interesting. Scroll down again. Bulk biceps. This is the entry. And
Oh, yeah,
Yep.
entry.
Crackle.
Guard is pretty good.
Your opponent's
Incidentally,
home is
it's
reduced by 1.
another-
for their assets.
Another 2/2 white Pegasus.
Crackle is a 4 for 4, which again is not terrible in limited, but
There's a lot of assets, but like reducing home limit, you just don't DF. Like you just play differently.
yeah.
I think a deck that can actually consistently get the opponent's home limit down to nothing might be very strong against carbo loader based decks.
Yes.
Use it with CPS and just eat them.
Yeah.
Yeah, expect like it. Well, they still have. Oh no, yeah, you can eat them. That is an interesting combo. But it's
I don't
really hard
think
to pull off.
Yeah, I don't think it's a strong enough core
No.
concept yet.
However, the most notable thing about Crackle is we now have a dragon that is not Spike.
That's true.
Yes. Okay. Discord. This is the 3/2. Yeah, we've seen
Yep,
these.
more Discord.
Lotus Blossom. Flip whatever you want. Well, from your discard.
Yeah. So she doesn't
No.
hurt your flip average.
Yeah. Now, if her face-off ability was just put it into play here, that would be amazing, and probably also, but it banishes itself. So I don't think it would be broken. But
Yeah, I don't think she's very
It's worth
good.
noting
but
that would still trigger
she
a
hit 2
put
for
into play
2
effect.
though.
yes.
But she's reasonable for limited, but that's about what you're going to get out of her, I think.
There might be some strange interactions with come into play effects happening in the middle of a face-off if you use her ability, though.
But this is true.
Yeah.
Put in Penny Lane, get back stuff.
Oh, this card. So Prince Blueblood, Loudmouth.
Yeah. He's a TM buster.
2/1. Exhaust this card, pay 1 action token to move a troublemaker to this card's problem. So you
Like,
can. There's 2
you can
villains out, or 2 epics now.
Yeah.
Move one over, and then one dies.
And
Who
one
chooses
dies.
which one dies?
You can
I have to
also
look at
move.
the comp rules for that.
Yeah, I don't know yet. But you can move your troublemakers or their troublemakers. So if they're about to beat a troublemaker that you don't want them to, just move it over. Or
Yeah.
you can move, like, they're going to confront a problem and you want to force a face-off to get the bonus points to win the game or something, move it over. Like, he's actually solid.
Yeah, I see some use for him. Like, definitely, like, 100% limited, and potentially constructed.
Yeah.
I think in constructed he's actually going to be a 3 of with any white main. There's not really any 2/2 that
He's
you're
a
gonna.
TM buster.
Yeah, he's a TM buster.
Yeah, if you are running a white main and you want 2/2s, then
Well, his play requirement is 1, so
yeah. Yeah, that is interesting. Next. Rarity. Yeah, banish a friend and all the face-offs. That's 1/1, but that flip that can hurt you so much.
Yeah, it can.
So much. I don't know if I'd run it in limited. It's if you need the entry, sure, but you're gonna flip it at the worst time. Roseluck, Studious for 1/1 entry. Definitely limited.
Oh, great card in limited. Studious Scroll? Or, no. Yeah, the purple one. I think it's Studious Scroll. It's a good limited card, and she's easier to play.
Yeah.
The Studious Scroll was 2 wreck.
yes.
Next card is Unknown. Let's see, what is it actually? Sapphire Shores.
No, Sapphire
Another
Shores.
Sapphire Shores.
The hat deck card.
Yes, this card is flipped.
Like,
She's a friend with an accessory on it, and double that friend's power until the end of the face-off. Pretty good.
Twitter approves of the hat deck cards.
+2 power for each of your accessories. Now this is each of your accessories, not on this card. It's just each of your
No.
accessories.
Yes. She's a great hat deck card.
Yeah.
Completely
but as-
random side note. The Sapphire Shores previously was not a unicorn, it was an Earth Pony.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the original Sapphire Shores.
I wonder if the card says Earth Pony or Unicorn. But yeah,
Yeah,
Sapphire
so
Sword
we
was
have
supposed to be-
we have had OCRs before that have unicorn running, and actually I believe that this
it-
OCR still has it
could
wrong.
be, was she in the Discord app? Because she might have gotten discorded or something.
I guess we'll see when we see the card art. But
I don't think I
Stephen
actually
Magnet.
thought. Stephen Magnet. Great guy.
Sea Serpent. This card, when an opponent loses a face-off against Troublemaker, here gain control
Makes
of
the opponent think twice before challenging a troublemaker.
Yeah. Now there's one question about rules here. Is I want to know.
If they send the thing home first.
Yeah, I gotta check the priority windows. I believe that there actually is a PvP before stuff is sent home and after somebody wins and loses. So I think we should be fine here. Aloe, totally relaxing. Do we also have Lotus in this set separately?
I don't think so.
Yeah, we had Lotus. She was white, like a few cards ago.
No card art. I forget things. Let's see. 3 for 2. While an opponent's main character is boosted, that player can't play cards during face-offs involving their main character. Not seeing it.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see it in play.
Yeah, for 3 costs, no.
I don't even think you'll see her in limited.
Band of Breezies. This
You
one's
play this card in
just
limited.
fun. Yeah,
You play this card in limited.
definitely.
Always play this
Free
card.
movement, entry.
Oh,
You won't
can't.
play this Lemmer.
Fixed card.
What do you?
Oh! Wow.
Never mind.
That said, I would still play this in a lot of yellow decks.
Yeah. There was some fun arguing on the rules page about this card.
There is a resource that gives a friend a critter trait, which would make this very strong in yellow decks.
Bisu.
Particularly in friend to animals.
Now, this next card, I just love the card art on this. Like,
The flavor text is perfect.
Yeah. We've got a critter Earth Pony.
Yeah. He bounces things.
Yeah, and so like this is not a bad card. It could hurt you, but
It's also a bit expensive for a 1 power.
yeah, but the ability pays for it basically.
Yeah, bouncing is useful, but
Yellow has a lot of ways to bounce.
it's better than
Yeah.
Dream, the Yellow Luna that costs 4
Yes.
as 2 power.
Yes.
It does the same thing, basically. Plus, hey, we now have confirmation that all Earth Ponies are critters. Screwy and Big Mac, that's 2. This is Coco.
Coco Pamel, and
Yeah.
she's still an Earth Pony,
An Earth Pony.
and in yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Discord. Same part of that.
There's a critter.
That. Yes, critter, and I like the card art there.
So wait, we got through them all, right? So we have 1 Pegasus Bulk Biceps, we have 1 Unicorn Lyra, and then we have 4 Earth Ponies, right?
Yeah.
Cheese, Coco,
Well, no, this is
Bonpai,
the.
and Bonbon.
Okay, well, yeah. So for these,
For those.
Yeah.
4 of them are Earth Ponies, since you kept complaining about them all being Earth Ponies.
yeah, they're almost all. Okay, so Fleetfoot Secret Sweetheart. 3/2 Swift in yellow. No.
I mean, 1 wreck is okay. Like you play it in limited just because it's 1 wreck, but
Maybe.
I mean, you know, it's
if
better.
you
It's
have
better
to.
than a Discord because of the Swift.
Eh.
But you'd rather play other things, like Flitter.
Flitter.
See,
yeah,
Flitter's
what's
like
this card?
Fleetfoot, except if you have critters, she's better.
Yeah. So this card is it's Flitter, but not a very good card. I would actually run it. Would I run it in limited? If I had enough critters, I would.
If you have enough critters.
So
but outside of that,
she's basically friend to animals with 1 less power.
yeah.
Yeah.
Gravy
That
Boat.
also runs. So.
I enjoy
Gravy
this
Boat.
card.
Gravy Boat's actually reasonable card.
Yeah.
If there's any other friend with more power, you can just start bouncing stuff.
Well, it has to be the lowest power friend.
No, it doesn't. It's as
No, it
well, this
doesn't.
card has lower power than any other friends here.
And any other friend.
I guess they use the templating each other friend when they mean
Yeah.
all. Yeah. So.
So really, you just need to throw down your own friend with 3 power next to it, and you can use it all you want.
Yeah.
It's kind of a weird condition.
This is very interesting removal. Well, it's not true. Like, again, yellow removal is weird because it's in their hand. Like,
Yeah.
but
Still, they have to pay the AT for that.
like it definitely does give you an AT advantage.
And I think it hits orange particularly hard, and orange is a really strong color right now.
Yeah. 11 hearts. Animancer? When this card is flipped, it has +1 power until the end of the face-off for each of your friends and all in the face-off. Good for limited?
She's a limited card. Because she's
Yeah,
a 2 for 2.
Absolutely a limited card.
You flip her and you're like, hey, look, that's like... Oh, she's Caretaker, too.
Yeah, but there's a ton of better caretakers if you're just looking at the caretaker side of things.
I know, but, she's playable.
Latrotsky.
Latrotsky is, my opponent had, like, a 27 power Latrotsky in game 2.
So actually, this this is interesting in limited because in limited, oftentimes you get higher ATs because you're in a deadlock and there's no cards to break the deadlock.
Mm-hmm. And then you get in the face-off.
Yeah, but in constructed, no, because this is a card that costs you 5 AT for 3 power.
Yeah.
Like if you, it's no.
You do not play this card in constructed, but in limited, it's actually reasonable. And if I didn't have a way to exhaust it, I would have lost that game.
Petrosity?
Petstrosity, yes.
Petrosity, yes. Nightmare Fuel. Critter Chaotic. When this card is slipped, choose one of each player's slipped cards. Those players ignore those cards.
So instead of flipping a 2, you flip a 0, basically.
Yes, but your opponents also flip a 0, which is awesome.
Yes.
Yellow decks
and-
frequently have a lower flip average than other decks too.
Yes.
Just their critter.
And you choose which one. So if you're all flipping multiple, which would be odd,
Yeah,
but
you flip, or you choose.
yep. And then during a face-off, pay 1 action token to choose each player. It's the same thing. Now the paying 1 to do it. Like I mean, well, if you're gonna win the face-off, you win the face-off. But
If you're going to pay an action token, use Critter Cavalry.
yeah, that is a card. This is repeatable.
It's not a bad
It's
card.
interesting. I think it's definitely limited.
Mm-hmm.
Potentially constructed. It's fine.
I don't see it in.
I think there are better constructed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And onto the colorless friends.
Yeah.
Oh, Aoi Zodal.
So strong card.
Yeah, the
Everyone's been talking
anti
about Aoi Zodal.
the anti rarity. And
Um,
anti combo and the only thing like he's very anti, but like what does he give you? He's a 3 for 3. Like
yeah, the 3 for 3 is the problem.
you
Like,
want to be, and he hurts you. Like there are some interesting things like Sleepy Luna or this other card we just saw where you get the points of your
Yeah.
turn. So like you DFO, you get a bunch of points, and then your opponent can only get 2. Like
Yeah, the
if you
one
can build
that's
a deck like
banished
that.
until the opponent's turn, something like that one.
I think Aoi Zodal is primarily a card that's going to redefine the meta just by existing, not necessarily by actually being played.
Yeah, you have to have answers to him if you're relying on massive score.
Yeah,
So.
but yeah, he's good.
Now these
Applejack
cards
is
are
fun.
fun.
So
These cards are fun
keep
because
in mind, Applejack only works on fresh problems. She does not steal face-off points. She does not
Yeah.
steal RTO points. Only when someone first confronts a problem. That's the only thing she steals.
So the update thingy, whatever the thing's called, it is whenever you are instructed to score the card's bonus points, like actually score them. So like RTO is score points equal to. So if there's another
Right.
card that says score this card's bonus points, then it does. But
Then
yeah.
sure, yes. But how face-offs work is you score points equal to the bonus.
Yes.
You don't
Well,
actually
that would
score
be
the
that would be the
bonus.
case in a double face-off. What about a single face-off? How's
It's
the
in
wording?
both.
Yes,
it?
both.
Both.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
I haven't looked at it myself.
So, but it's a 3 for 2 in white, and I'm not really feeling this card.
It's a limited card.
Maybe.
If you can, maybe, yeah.
Flim and Flam. Players can't confront more than one
Okay.
problem per turn.
Slim
Now-
and Flam is really good.
In control.
It won me all 3 of my games at the pre-release. And I was playing it wrong. Like not I was cheating or anything. I just wasn't using them as well
Effectively,
as you could. What you do with them is you confront both problems at the same time. Then you pick the one that the opponent is not confronting, and you say, "That's the one I score." You get 1 point.
Yeah.
Then the opponent can't confront either problem, because if they do, they're in a
That's-
face-off.
That's crazy. Sadly, it's
And,
rare, so I'm probably not going to see it in my pre-release.
Yeah. This card
Really
is
is.
phenomenal,
Right.
and I think it will see constructed play too. Like I think it is
Given
better.
given that strategy, like I hadn't even thought about that.
Yeah, I hadn't either.
Yeah,
But that is like I was thinking control, but in aggro, like
yeah, it's an aggro card.
you kind of want to be able to get rid of it though if you're aggro, because there are times when you
That
need
too.
to like do the burst at the end. But
It's not a card that you would play in every you don't play it against control. You only play it against aggro. But it's your anti-aggro card. But yeah, they are really strong. So it's just like, yeah, okay, you face off. Oh, you won that bonus point? Okay, I'll grab 2 more. Thanks.
Yeah.
You always hit the fresh bonus.
In Limited, every single problem is going to be a 1 bonus problem almost.
Some people play 2, but yeah, all of mine were 1.
Let's see. Fluttershy. At start of score phase, why do we have card art for this one? We've already. Oh no, they only did 4 of them. The exhaust this card to choose an opposing friend here. That card has -2 counter until the end of the turn. This one's interesting. It's a 3 for 3. The prize, you don't have enough. I think, like in Limited, these kind of cards are actually kind of useful, but
yes.
And you can always use its power. You don't exhaust it on your own turn, but not constructed.
No.
Ooh, the anti-combo card, Nightmare Moon. Players can't draw more than 2 cards per turn.
Say goodbye, Final Presence. We don't care.
Yeah, Vinyl Presence doesn't have the discard, dismissal for this. Oh no.
Some run Party Bomb.
Yeah, you do run Party Bomb sometimes.
Some do. Not every version runs it.
Yeah, so I think
There's
you
a million
should in Vinyl Presence.
But you're going to have to run like downright. No, you don't run downright dangerous. You run Pinky's Epiphany. What am I talking about?
I think this is another example, like Aoizotl, where just the card's existence is going to shape the meta, regardless of whether or not people play it.
And yeah, it can hurt Vinyl main quite a bit, but it can also not hurt Vinyl main if you don't see it. Like buy some apples needs like, oh, I'll just camel mod it and I'll put my Vinyl main. I don't care.
Yeah.
The combo though. What is the combo? Nightmare Moon, friend, 2 yellow Parasprites, or a yellow Parasprite and a Nightmare Moon villain.
Yes,
and then Rock Farm.
The
And
discarding
it's like,
more than they
you draw 2 cards, you discard 2 cards.
And then you're screwed.
Yeah, and you can't draw anymore.
Yeah. So Pinkie Pie, what'd she do? When an opposing friend enters play here, gets -1 power, -1 power on the turn. Limited, definitely. Constructed, not so much.
No.
Rainbow Dash, a 3 for 4. Now that's actually fun. Yeah. But her ability, you may move this card home. Like, I guess you can dodge a face-off, but
you don't want to.
This is any score phase.
Yeah.
Not just your own. But
I don't really see it Steven. Even in Limited, the 2 purple requirement plus the 3 cost, even with the 4 power, makes it an iffy card.
It's a 3 for 4 though. Like, it's efficiency. If you're running purple.
Well, yeah. If I was running a purple main in Limited, I would consider this card. I don't know that I would necessarily jump on it if it wasn't purple main though.
Yeah.
No.
Rarity. At the end of each opponent's turn, that player discards a card.
It's actually a good Limited card.
Yeah, and it's one-sided.
Since a lot of Limited games go, I score 1 point, go, I score 1 point, go, she can start making the opponent discard a lot. I think she isn't random, but she's fine.
Yeah, so in Constructed, no. Chosen discard, opponent chosen discard in Constructed is so bad.
I think it's important, though, to note that if you were playing with the Nightmare Moon friend in play and you were playing orange, you could drop a few of these.
Yep.
And it would just eventually bleed them out in like a span of 2 turns.
Yeah. Yeah, like the combo I just mentioned. You don't even need to use YPS to use this.
Yeah.
Well, and that opens you up to use other troublemakers too.
Yeah.
This card has +1 power for each color among friends in discard piles. So, assuming your opponent's playing a different color than you, this can actually be quite powerful. Not a constructed card, but potential Limited.
Did you play it?
I don't see a problem with it in Constructed.
There's so
All it-
many better cards though.
3 cost for potentially 3 or 4, or
You're almost never going to see this card be less than 4 power.
yeah.
Well,
but
yeah, and like at a
what if
minimum, it's going to be 4. Yeah, but the question is, what does power get you in this game? But like,
Well, you got to remember, colorless power can confront non-color requirements.
Yeah.
So
well, once they fix the rules.
they've said they're going to fix it. So.
A cuddle with
Defense.
Pekingese.
Pekingese.
Pekingese. What? Apparently I can't read.
I don't know.
Anyway.
It's like French or
It's a
something.
dog.
Reveal the top card of your deck. You may draw it if the this one. I thought we already saw the card art for this one, but
It's meh.
yeah, it's very weirdly worded.
I think this would be a really intriguing card if it was costed at 0. But I think at 1, all it is basically a chance at a card
It's
draw.
a-
You can pay 1
It's a
action token for
really
that anyway.
bad IYD.
Well,
It's a really bad IYD.
it's draw and pay for free, potentially, if it's like a critter and yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Achoo.
really bad IYD.
Discard.
This is just a card I don't see any value in right now.
No. Discarding 2, and it's chosen discard. No. The Epiphany Cycle.
Applejack's Epiphany is really good.
Exhaust a character,
Really good.
ready a character, dismiss a resource. Yeah, I mean, that's actually great. Like,
Like,
resources
it's a flower. That, I mean, immediately you can only play it during the face-off, but it's a flower that also lets you win face-offs.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think it's one of the stronger Epiphany cards.
I think it's the second strongest right now.
Awkward Silence. I love this card. And the face-off.
Stronger than it looks.
Yeah. So it does not flip problems.
So you
So-
confront a problem that the opponent is confronting, start a face-off, then you end it, and then the opponent has to,
Yeah.
they have to deal with it.
I think this is more important, really, because you can interrupt a double face-off after
Yes.
they
Oh, yeah,
think
that too.
they're securing a game-winning play, and then suddenly they have a DFO. You're playing purple, so you have like Ursa Vanquishers and all sorts of other tricks to just completely screw up where their
Potentially.
placement is.
Potentially. Like, if someone's DF, like, I would play this on my own DFO potentially, but if an opponent's DFOing, like, you want the bonus points that are gonna pop up. But like,
Yeah,
if
but
they're gonna
winning
win,
the game,
yeah, if they're gonna win, then yeah.
It's also worth noting that you can play it at any point before the final power comparison,
yeah.
so you can hold it
Do-
for when you know you're
do
going
it
to lose.
before flips.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
Like if you know that, like if you're gonna flip a card negative
card,
3, and you know
yeah.
you're going to.
Yeah. If you're going to flip a -3, no, that would imply you have a
That card.
-3 in your deck.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get to that one.
Well, yeah, we'll get to that eventually. We've only got 100-something cards to go.
I know. Gotta hurry. After the start of the score phase, your critter friends each get no.
Nope.
No.
This one's good.
Double flip card, and it's just interesting because it's Fluttershy and Discord. And it applies. It's interesting because it applies to troublemakers.
Yes.
Discord
can,
troublemakers.
If you like, we're going to get to him later. There is a Discord villain. You can challenge your own Discard villain and not have a Discard friend involved and play this and get a second card.
Yeah,
'Cause
you
or a
flip
third
three
one
cards.
also
You,
Fluttershy.
yeah, you flip 3 cards. Well,
Well, sure, if you have a
or
Fluttershy.
yeah, if it's Fluttershy versus yeah.
But like,
But like the double flip cards, like I've never seen them run in a real deck or in a
I've seen them back
they were
in
played
like
in
Premiere.
Premiere.
Yeah, they were played in Premiere quite a bit.
This one might see play just because you can fight your own Discords with it. Like, and that new Fluttershy main, that, is clearly built for farming.
Yeah.
So, this one might see play just because it's Fluttershy and Discord, and that's a combo that's going to see play. I'm not saying it will, I'm just saying it might.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Interesting.
cool.
This-
Cast history.
High.
It hurts. But you can banish a lot.
That cost, I think, is going to prohibit it from most decks.
I mean, this, like,
Yeah, but like Party Bomb.
yeah, but Party Bomb is 0. Well,
You
I
pay 3
guess.
eventually. Like, I'm not saying that you are guaranteed going
And
to
this
run
totally screws over Mod.
Yeah. Well, it just eats everything. But Mod tends to not be where friends are.
Yeah.
This banishes everyone, even your own characters.
Yes,
Uh,
it does vanish your own.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth it at that cost.
Yeah. We'll see. Cutie Puck Outbreak. Dismissal!
Like,
Was.
it's a better downright dangerous, almost strictly.
Except
I mean-
that it's face-offs only.
Yeah, that's true. And
It's
downright
so
dangerous, you can
It's
play
so
two
easy to
downright
get
dangerous,
a face off, though.
bigger thing.
I don't think it's a terrible card. I don't think it's
No.
necessarily
It can hurt
gonna
you,
be
though.
everywhere. Yeah,
Like, this is it's questionable.
that flip could hit you hard against certain decks.
Move a troublemaker to the problem, like Blue Blood.
Yeah,
And 1AT, like, I actually definitely think that this is a good card.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
a white TM buster.
Yeah.
It's better than the hard way in most cases.
Hard way
I
gets you
bet.
points.
Sure, but you have to get through carbo loaders and stuff.
Yeah.
Plus, you can move your own troublemakers.
Yeah. Dig deeper. Put a card from the bottom of your deck on top of your deck.
I
Put
don't
the
think
card
this will see
from
any
the-
play.
What? No.
Yeah, it's the only case I can see where you might use that is if you know it's on the bottom of your deck
pile.
and you want it before the flip for a face-off.
Yeah.
Discord pile is the reanimator tricksiness. But here's the thing:
Yeah.
if you have only one friend in your discard, the opponent must pick that one.
Yeah. This is. There's some potential here, but this is
Yeah.
a lull card. Like, did it for the lulls.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's a very On to the next one.
Double Trouble, flip an additional card, but it's to player. Yes, this is a no rack. Anybody can play this. It is two
Anyone
costs.
can play it, and
And it can be
you can play it when fighting troublemakers, and you can play it when protecting troublemakers. It's actually not a bad card. You play it in limited if you have enough troublemakers.
Yeah. I'm mad about it. Like the cost is too high. It's just too high.
well, that's kind of typical of any colorless event, though.
Yeah, it has to be two because it's colorless. This
Pink
is
Yellow
Pink Yellow Fixer.
Yeah, Pink Yellow Fixer.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Pink Yellow Fixer.
Epic win. This
Bring
card
your
is
Texas
just
straight up. Yeah, Epic Win is going to put blue back on the map.
yeah. It's defeat a troublemaker. Like no questions asked, no blocking. Like
Score the point.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what villain control or villain mid range is going to do about this.
They're gonna
Don't
Cry.
let them score too many points. Is what
Yeah,
they're gonna do.
they'll run Aoi Zodal.
Yeah, I mean there are still answers. Like Aui's Zodal.
There are answers, yeah.
A
Wait,
major
how
problem
is Aoi?
is
Oh, that Aoi Zodal. Okay.
Yeah, the new Aoi Zodal friend, not the one that they would just
Yeah.
give them
That
more
was
points.
yeah. Faint of heart. Dismiss a frightened friend.
Great. Yeah.
No.
I don't see it used.
Fluttershy's Epiphany.
Epiphany.
This one's interesting. It
Worst Epiphany. It would be fine if it cost 2.
Yeah, no, this is it's overcosted. It's
Like the one notable thing that it does is if the opponent villain bombs, you can challenge and then rally one of your guys there, so you have more power. But
Yeah, I don't see it.
For Equestria, when this card is flipped, it gets +1 power. For
wait,
each
we
opponent.
have this art? But it's promo art, isn't it?
I think so.
Maybe.
I believe so.
It should still have it, but
Something.
we don't even have
It's like
the
it's
non-promo.
Purple's Critter Calf is basically what it is. It's not nearly as good as Critter Cav, but you know.
It has a chaos. Dude, if Critter Cav had like the chaos of, well, it would just be a 5 power flip, but whatever. Friend gets +1 power for each. Yeah, it's not as strong.
No. You play
I
it
think
limited though.
Yeah. This card's weird. Like, you can copy the entire effect, which bounces back and forth.
But you do it during a face-off.
Yeah.
Why do you want to move an opponent? Like, you move them away from the face-off.
Well, I think what it comes down to is a lot of purple friends. You don't really have them there for the power. You have them there for the effect. So I think this is going to backfire more often than not.
I don't think it's very useful. We're less than halfway done.
Almost.
We're right there at about the halfway mark. We've been doing this for
Making
90
a
minutes.
difference. So that card is broken. Anyone know what making a difference does?
Let me find the
Oh,
OCR.
and we missed card 101. No, we didn't. Gone fishing. Okay.
Making a difference is the blue-yellow fixer, so it's
Okay.
not really that important.
So miss teleport. After this card is you're limited to entering play. Like it's such a limited card.
I don't think so, because this is going to stop things like Snips and
Like it
Snails.
stops like Snips and Snails, yeah.
It doesn't not stop. It slows Snips down.
It slows them down, but like PTO slows them down. Like
I would rather no, but PTO stops them unless they have some crazy other cards. Like PTO is such a better card.
oh, for sure.
I don't think this is gonna see play.
Probably not. But
Nope. This card, like,
this is
It's
you
not
play
to
this in
confront.
limited
yeah, you do.
because you stop a confront.
Yeah, you don't play it in constructed though.
You could theoretically also play this against like a white deck to shut down their power that they need to play RTO.
This is true. You can do this at the start of any phase, so it's like.
Oh, it is.
I don't think it'll ever really see any competitive play, but it's just an intriguing
No,
idea for using the card as shutting down entry.
Yeah. After the start of any phase, banish one of your friends. At the start of the next turn, put that friend into play.
So
An
this
event.
is basically Luna.
Another.
Yeah.
Another way to do that. Which, like,
Yeah.
having more ways to do it actually makes it a much stronger effect.
Yeah, I was going to use this on my own Flim and Flam once, but it didn't actually wind up happening.
Yeah. The 2 cost is pretty much on par with the previous effect, too.
Photo op.
Yeah. This is a weird one because the chaos and the actual ability are really different from each other.
Extremely so, yes. Now, this one is actually really, really solid, I think, for white aggro decks, though. You can
Yeah,
DFO and then open the next turn with this card, and your opponent can do almost nothing.
You have to play everything.
They have to play from hand.
Yeah. I think that is interesting, like, in some white aggro. Which is a thing. But the
Never.
flip...
I've never heard of white aggro. What are you talking about?
Yeah, no.
The flip is weird.
The flip is useful, though.
There's a pink-orange fixer.
Pink Orange Fixer!
Yay! Which I think we're not planning to run in the pink-orange deck, because it doesn't need it.
Buy some apples, though. Like, there's so many cards that just shut it down. It needs to be completely revamped.
Yeah.
Like card -1, which we're not going to talk about yet.
I have to remember what the freaking card is. Oh yeah, that card.
His Epiphany is the strongest Epiphany, I believe.
I agree. I think this card is really strong. It's taking two commonly used events and combining them into a single card, buying you some deck space and giving you that little bit of extra utility.
Like, it basically has two abilities, right? You can either dismiss a friend for 1 AT, or a two or less power friend, or you can get a friend from your discard for 1 AT, or in really, really rare circumstances, you can dismiss a friend and get a friend for 3 AT, and that's still cost efficient. Like, this card will oftentimes be like pay 3 cost, play Sips and Snails from my discard. You would pay 3 from Sips and Snails. Let's be honest here. Everyone, if Sips and Snails cost 3, it would still see play.
Yeah.
It is an incredibly versatile card, and I think every pink aggro deck is going to be running it, and maybe even some pink control.
Popping Corn.
So this is really strong anti-aggro.
It's
It's an orange CPS, kind of.
kind of. It's 1 cost.
Not quite as strong, but
Mains boost a lot in aggro, or in constructed. In limited, mains usually boost as well, and you play this in limited, and I think it'll see play in constructed.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Well, for 2 rec.
the 2 rec 1 cost. Like the 1 cost is just the nice thing here.
The power sucks though.
Yeah, it's. I think the CPS is the same.
No, CPS is 5 power.
Oh, you're
Plus
right.
3. This card is actually good in limited because you get rid of a card in their hand and you make them flip a terrible card.
And you know the opponent's hand. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
this is actually an interesting combo card. It could end up in combo. Knowing your opponent's hand.
I definitely think there's combo potential with it, but I don't really think we're going to see it in general constructed play.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, but combo isn't you don't unless something is specifically built for combo. You're like saying this is a bad card doesn't mean this is a bad card in combo.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Just calling out that specifically, it is something like we've wanted that card before. See, Rainbow's Epiphany.
It's an okay Epiphany. Like
it's like move and flip an additional card. Like this can give you a whole bunch of power.
It can. It can really help you beat troublemakers for sure.
Yeah. So I think this is definitely a limited.
Oh, you have to play this. Like, I think you play any Epiphany that's not Yellow Epiphany in limited, just straight up.
I think I would play this even in constructed.
This one might be constructed worthy, but it's competing with space. Like, it's competing with Fears Must Be Faced. It's competing with Epic Win. It's competing with, I don't know.
Epic Win wins. So.
I mean, it's not bad. It might see its way into constructed. I just don't know that it will.
Yeah.
Hey, more
Rarity.
I also think this one's a good Epiphany.
This one's really going to depend on how you're.
Yeah, no. This one was really interesting.
The last one.
You dismiss and put a resource from your discard into your hand.
Yeah.
Well, no, but even attaching an accessory onto a friend, like there's some interesting accessories now.
Yes,
you might. Yeah. I mean.
But this is definitely hat deck material.
Well, yeah, of course.
It's also worth noting that's a dismiss condition. Very few friends have attached resources, so that's really a 3-cost dismissal of almost anything.
Yeah, like
that has extra utility.
It's almost better than Tom, straight up.
Also, one of the few white cards that does dismiss instead of banish.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the
Epiphanies.
A lot of the Epiphanies have them kind of branching into other colors. Blue doesn't normally flip extra cards. Pink doesn't normally take from your discard.
After one troublemakers you put into the discard pile from play, put that card into your hand. That's,
I
Beat
just-
up your own villain,
I just
then
don't see it
get
in
it
yellow.
back.
That's really the biggest problem with it.
Yeah.
well, like there is this yellow villain farming deck that exists.
Yeah, Matagarian's
Well, no, this. Well,
Everfree Northwest top 8 victory.
well, no, this with the new main
Just
and a
the new
lot of these new
Fluttershy.
cards, the new cards. Risky business.
Yeah.
Oh
risky
yeah,
business.
this is the little game of this is
Mind game card. I don't know that it'll see constructed play, but It's
I
not
think, there
hilarious.
are some people that will run this in constructed just for what it does. Some people love the mind games.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
a hilarious card. I think you run it in limited just because the opponent will be like, "What the heck is in my deck?"
yeah. I don't even know. It is a rare, but yeah. Spooky, scary story.
It's just like other Fright and stuff. I don't think it's going to see any play.
Plus, it's at home.
Yeah, it's
Oh my gosh, the stupid
Next.
linking not working.
it's really costing us like 2 minutes every other card.
The old switcheroo. Choose one of your friends at a problem. Your opponent chooses one of their friends at the problem. Exchange control. Yeah. Mosh pit, but it's a rare.
Yeah. It's
I don't
cute.
see it. Maybe
Even in limited, like
No.
it's.
Yeah, I mean, it only costs one, but it's no simple mix-up. It's no. Because they choose a friend.
yeah.
You don't
If,
choose
if,
the friend. They choose the friend.
if you chose the friend you were taking, even if they got to choose which of your friends to take, I think that would be a more useful card.
Yeah. This one's actually cool.
Trample
Lose
is good.
action tokens. It is. Yeah, it's good to flip and it's good to play.
I think this isn't really going to see constructed play because you're eating a card slot to give yourself a 1 action token advantage, and then you're throwing that card in your discard. You paid 1 to draw it, so it's really an AT neutral transaction. I don't think that's worth a deck slot.
Maybe. I will add that combo really wants this card sometimes.
Oh, probably.
That's because combo can just keep playing it over and over.
Yep, cycle it.
Twi's Epiphany is. I honestly feel like everyone's freaking out about this card. It's like, oh, let's get this party started and back where you began combined. Here's the thing: you don't normally want to play both those cards in the same deck.
Yeah.
Like,
And her middle ability is completely useless.
yeah,
Like, 100% useless. Why is it printed?
I mean,
Like-
blue cards can move their characters, whatever.
Technically, but like.
Yeah, you're almost never going to see that middle ability
almost-
come into play.
You're almost always going to. It's almost always going to be draw 3 cards back where you began, and if you're going to pay 2 for a back where you began, you're better off with I just can't decide.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it's a terrible
I mean,
card.
it's
necessarily.
not.
It does give that flexibility.
or anything, but I do think it's the second weakest Epiphany because it.
I think a lot of
pretty
people are
much
going to
only have
overrate
one
it. Though.
choice, and you don't always want to. You know, if you're not moving something, you're never going to play it.
Okay, next. After Trollmaker's uncovered, move up to 2 of your characters to that Trollmaker's problem. For 2 cost, I'd rather run Epic Win. Like, that's going to be
Well,
my
it's
answer
worth
to
noting
all
that
of these.
this can be uncovering your own troublemaker.
Yeah.
Yes. You can villain farm with this.
Yeah, because it's after the uncover step, but before the challenge step. That's,
Yes, it's the same turn.
Yes.
Yeah, there is some
And
potential
it's
there.
characters, so you can move your mod.
a tiny glass of water. When you flip,
You
yes.
play this in limited.
When you flip a chaotic card, you may retire this card to score a point.
Absolutely unlimited, never in constructed.
Never constructed. But in limited, points are points.
Yeah.
Any point you can get. That 4 wreck, though, hurts.
Alicorn costume.
Crystal Pie.
What?
Crystal Pie loves this card.
Yes. Well, so you
Then
flip
you
a
flip-
bajillion, but you pick the highest. But
Right, but then you get a million chaos effects.
yeah, that could be fun.
And then all of the
It's
ones
really
that we talked
cute.
about this
It's a really
entire
cute
time
combo.
that can backfire on you, half of them kill you.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I dismissed her.
Plus,
And
you
they're
only
all
need to
flipped
play one of your
simultaneously.
crystal pies. Then all your crystal pies are all colors.
Yeah. Play that. Wait, while that friend
You
has.
could actually flip almost your entire deck with that.
Flipping 19 cards. Chaos, 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 chaos.
Flipping 19 and
I
getting to
believe
keep
this.
4.
Yeah.
Like,
Exhaust this
Oh, no,
card.
this isn't-
and
so
move one
this
of
is
your
this
characters
is
to
basically
discard
pay
their hand.
1 AT to convert any friend into wildfire.
Pretty much. It's not even like that, though.
Almost.
Do it every single turn. And you exhaust
Yeah.
the bag, you don't exhaust the friend.
Yeah.
So,
It's
Um,
I think this one will definitely see play.
I don't know that'll see construction play, but you definitely play it in limited. The thing with construction is you don't.
Like, it's another card slot is the thing. Like, I'd rather
Yeah,
just
it's a
Wildfire.
card slot, and you don't want to move your characters slowly. You just want them all to be dead.
Burst it. Yeah.
Well, the thing is though, is you're exhausting the resource, not the friend it's attached to.
Well, yeah, but the still thing is like it's once per turn.
So consider for example, something like bulk biceps. You exhaust him to move. You exhaust this resource on him. He drags something with him, and then you use lead pony badge, ready him up.
He drags Rainbow Shine, and Rainbow Shine readies him.
Yes, yeah, we would love that, I'm sure.
Oh my god. No.
No, I just think it's a card that's stronger than it looks at first glance.
Bathrobe. While that friend is the only friend at his problem, it has +3 power.
I
mean-
ran this a lot in playtesting. It was actually pretty good in playtesting. Because of that, the pink Discord main, you can do
Oh. Yeah, I could see it.
you could do turn 1 confronts that don't hurt your board position with that Discord main.
Yeah.
'Cause normally you don't want to turn 1 confront because you're playing terrible cards. You're playing 1/1s.
Well, this is a
But
1/1.
here with that Discord
Yeah,
no, this is a 1. This is 3 power.
yeah, no, but you'd play a
Or +3
1/1
power.
and this card, and you'd get.
No, you play Purple Waters in this.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
5. It confronts almost any starting,
Yeah, that's
any
actually.
starting problem that you play.
Yeah, that's 2 cards though, but. Yeah,
Well,
this is
sure.
interesting.
But, like, that's a turn 1 confront that doesn't set you back.
Yeah.
D costume.
Play a friend. That friend is a critter.
It's cute.
I have a
no.
deck I actually will immediately put this in.
You put it on Carbo Loader, and then you use all your critters to.
To flip even more critters, like.
Hey man, when you have all those 1 flips, you need as many of them as you can get.
Yes. At the start of a problem phase, something involve. Oh, so this is bird flu, or blue flu. Sorry.
Blue Flu, yeah.
Blue
It's
flu.
not very good. It costs 3, and
Put this
It's-
card. Wait.
only during problem face-offs. No, it's not a very good card.
Yeah, what?
High
This
cost,
card's
and Yellow has a
horrible.
million ways to do this better.
Card's horrible.
Yeah, it's that one's
Well,
just
there- So now
Oh.
we're gonna. These are spread out, but this is the sequence. These are entry friends, or imaginary friends, is what
They're
we're
the
calling.
imaginary friends, yeah.
So basically, they're just 1 for 2 entry. They there's like you can move them to a problem. There's some weirdness there, but there's no reason to. So yeah, there's no reason to. They can get frightened, but then
If they get frightened, they unfrighten immediately. It's great.
almost immediately during next PvP.
Whatever.
But then they're not friends anymore. They're just
Yeah, but then
inanimate
you just
objects.
exhaust them again. But yeah, this poem is about ponies. They're all about ponies.
I think these are gonna see some play in very specific decks, but I
Mod
think for
loves
the most
them.
part, other types of entry are gonna be preferred.
Yeah.
Because only 2 power is not a lot, but
No.
Mod loves them, absolutely.
Well, and they're absolutely dead cards once you actually have one of that color friend in play.
Yep.
Yep.
Completely dead. Well, so are most fixers, honestly.
Well, if you're running Bags Ballet,
Yeah, fine. Yeah.
Yeah, things get weird there, but who runs Bags Valet? I mean, I play them unlimited. I played Bags Valet eliminated and destroyed, but
So Chocolate Rain is your kind of budget party bomb. That's not nearly as good.
yeah.
You know, it's there.
Cider Stand.
It's no Cloud Chaser, but
it's also not blue.
And it's 1 cost, and it's wannabe
it's a
Cloud Chaser.
resource. That 3 rec kind of hurts it, but there are decks that want to discard. You know,
Yeah, I mean
and
with mod,
this is a
like
good
again
way
though,
to do that.
like if this was a 1 rec, it would be crazy. Like
Yeah.
I would run it instead of Varmint Barricade because I don't actually like Varmint Barricade. But, Clipped Wings.
It's,
So this
you
is
know,
basically dressed up, only better in every way, and orange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of weird that they printed it, but
Mhm.
so generally they seem to avoid trying to print just straight up better cards, but
Yeah.
Technically, I think dressed up is a 2 white requirement, but
Yeah, it's lower requirement, and you can.
it has a
actually
lower power though.
friend need to
yeah, the
the extra power.
dressed up can technically buff a friend that you need power on. Yeah,
But yeah, it's a good card. I think that will see play.
absolutely.
Way too much.
Meh.
Yeah. What card are we even looking at here? What's the name of this one?
I can't say this word.
Draconicus Lamp.
Yeah, Draconicus. I can't freaking pronounce that. Dragon Lamp. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
Not.
flip
Not
1,000
playable.
cards and flip 1,000
Not
cows. Yeah. Fashion Show.
Hat deck. Hat deck. Hat deck.
Yeah.
This could be fun if you actually got a full set of 3 in play.
Takes it with 2 cost. Like.
And
And
it
dude,
only
I
looks for
just said it would be
accessories.
fun. I didn't say it would be strong.
Yeah.
Hat deck.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Fresh pastries. Oh
I mean,
yeah, this
it can
card
get
is
you-
no.
Yeah, no.
I mean, it can get you some cards, but
I would play it in limited, but not in constructed.
so this
Filmmakers
is
here have +2 power. Woo. Growing Pains.
Yeah.
I'm saying no.
It's Fiery Temper in purple, except it's played on the problem instead of the Troublemaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like play on a problem resources because they're so easy to get rid of. Although this is 1 cost, so, but it's +2 power. I could be running Carbo.
It's another case of I'd run it in limited, but I wouldn't. I don't
If
think
you had enough Troublemakers to make it worthwhile.
I don't think that's going to be a problem with Absolute Discord. We've got a great
I
slate.
had
Yeah.
2.
Like I am excited for the Troublemaker section. Play to your home. When you flip a chaotic card, you may exhaust this card to frighten
Meh.
a friend.
Yeah, again.
For 2 cost. Frighten's just not very like.
Yeah.
They keep trying to
Honestly,
print
I
stuff, but-
think this one would be playable if it weren't for the exhaust. If this didn't need to be exhausted, I think it absolutely would be a playable
How
card.
often are you going to flip more than 1 chaotic card in 1 turn?
When you have Alicorn headdress on Pinky. Like we've already answered this question.
Fine.
Hazmat suit.
Alicorn costs.
This card is fun. Important mechanics note here is that when
It
you
is
replace
one-time
the
use.
problem, yeah, one-time use, you send everybody home, it doesn't get sent home, and then you remove all resources at the problem, or dismiss all
And
resources
it's
at the problem.
at the problem because the friend is at the problem.
Yep. And so it gets dismissed. So it's one-time use, but still, it's 2 cost.
And yeah,
It,
as you have
it
noticed,
can be
rare is
worth it.
slowly taking over orange.
yeah.
Also worth noting, it does not protect you from snips and snails.
No, it
It
does not protect
is,
you from snips and snails or
when
the
a problem is solved.
It's a trap.
It's a trap. Wait, oh, you're looking at the list. Okay. I was like, how do you know which one it is? Yeah, so this card's actually really interesting. Players can't challenge that troublemaker unless they pay 2 action tokens.
I think the number of TM busters makes this a complete non-starter in constructed play, but
Oh, yeah, you
even
don't play this in
just
constructed.
one of these can turn an entire game in limited play.
Mhm.
Yeah. It is 3 costs, so it
Especially
takes
if you have some
2.
tricks.
Yeah.
Like, your opponent has to attempt twice, which is like, your opponent's not
Yeah,
going to be
cost is
stupid
big.
here. So.
Mhm.
Madame Lefleur. Already
This is
know
just
this.
another
But
one
I
of our-
can't click next. Make way for breezies.
I actually think this is the worst card in the entire set.
Your opponent can't play friends with 3 or more power to that problem. Okay.
They can't.
And,
They have to play snips and snails at home, then move it. Stuff
yeah,
like that.
This is the opposite of I don't know if the opposite, but
Oh, I just
related
realized
to
I
that
actually
other
missed
card.
that. It's 3
Yeah,
or
yeah,
more.
yeah,
I thought
yeah.
it was more than 3. I mean, that actually is better than I thought.
This card plus
There are a lot of 3 cost, but
This card plus focus study. Because
Yeah.
they can't
They can
play
both.
oh yeah, both.
friends
If
with
you
2
got
or
both.
less. So if you have them both, they
No
can't play friends to that problem.
until they just do something there, and then you're
So they
like,
have to move it there.
I find it weird that it's a
It's a cute
condition
combo.
resource played on a problem.
So I like this card. You guys are saying it's not gonna. Well, I don't know.
It's
People say
not
it's
going to
working.
work.
I don't know why you think it's not gonna work. Look at this card. Look at this card. Megaphone. When you flip a chaotic card, unfrighten all your friends.
Yes, yes, yes.
There is a combo. And it's
It doesn't
free.
exist yet.
Yes,
We'll find it. We'll find it.
No. I already know it. Yes, it requires crazy setup, but you frighten everything, which removes counters or tokens or whatever.
Let's be honest. When has crazy setup stopped us? Look at Moonshine.
But yes, this is mass ready is what this card is.
Well,
You just have
if
to
used
frighten
right,
everything first.
you just have to frighten everything first. More imaginary
Totally fair.
friends.
More imaginary friend. And okay, apparently I can't click next. Portal to Tartarus.
Nope.
Nope.
When a card what? No.
There are
It's a
very rare
sideboard
circumstances
card,
where that's
but we don't
useful,
play
and
with
at least,
sideboards,
yeah,
so, you know.
yeah.
Yeah.
The zero cost.
Repair team. If another one of your resources will be dismissed, you may retire this card instead. Okay. If you really need to protect your resources.
Yeah.
Sadly, it's orange. Like it would be
Do you
kind of
crush
nice
your
if Pile of
games?
Presence. Yes, crush your games. But Pile of Presence protection would be interesting. But I mean, this is basically a Spike.
Yeah.
Brave and
teabag.
glorious. Yeah.
Another one, and another one, and another one.
Lots of imaginary friends.
There are 6 of them, yes. Oh, it lets you go through all of them, and then you couldn't hit next. That's...
Yeah. Spotlight. Oh yeah, so this is the look at your opponent's hand. Oh wait, no.
Play to their hand, what? What are you reading?
Not play my hand. I thought this was the one that you looked at the opponent's hand. Yeah, no, this card is Stop RTO. Ooh. No.
Yeah, it's not reactive enough.
Now here's our anti-combo card. Stack of suitcases. When an opponent plays a card, put a tip counter on this card. At the start of the turn, remove all tip counters from this card. Opponents must pay +1 action token to play cards for each tip counter on this card.
I think this actually hurts a lot of deck archetypes,
It
and
does.
the one deck archetype it would that it would hurt the least is going to be your movement training blue, which is where white's movement taxes are semi-useful. So I think it actually hurts the decks that white struggles with the most. So I think it's going to be a pretty valuable resource.
I could see it, but you just space out your playing. It does stop like burstiness, or it doesn't stop it. It hurts the burstiness.
Yeah, but white can answer with a lot of burstiness, and so that's gonna, slowing down your opponent even a turn or two if you have even a single
It does
RTO.
cost 2, though.
Yeah.
It does.
But
It
it pays back pretty quick. Or not pays back, but it goes HP
it'll-
pretty quick.
It'll really hurt decks like freaking Finals Boss Cannon. I'm gonna play like 10 cards this turn. Oh no, I'm not.
Yeah, and it is each card. It's not anything.
Yeah.
Specific. Yeah.
It requires nothing from you once you've got it in play. That's why I mean,
I do
Your
not
opponent-
like this card.
your opponent plays 2 cards in a turn, it's already half paid for itself. A third card and it's already profiting you.
Where are we? T-set. Play to your home. At the start of a face-off, you pay 1 action token and he's off the
better
start.
than Petstrosity, I feel.
Yeah, so this is trying like in the same vein as Reliable Racer.
Mm-hmm.
Which did see play.
Which did see play. This is much cheaper. Although then you have to pay 1 action token. It is
Yeah, but-
repeatable, so it's Reliable Racer.
Yeah.
Um,
But the fact that you get to choose when to use it and when not to is really nice. And it works really well with card -3.
yes.
Yes.
I can't have to
Yeah.
remember what card these are.
Which again, we're not going to talk about until we get there.
Tempting Offer.
No.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No.
The Element of Surprise.
Yeah!
Is this the one that we thought was good?
Yeah,
This
this
is
is
the best
is
one.
the best of the element cards. It's also the only one that's not an ultra rare.
Yeah.
And it's colorless.
So this basically, it's like, I flip, like,
I flipped a 1.
this actually
oh,
gives you the opportunity to have crappy flips in your deck.
Yeah.
But definitely not aggro. This is a long game card.
Oh, I mean, you don't... This is a limited card. This is not a constructed card.
Yeah.
I think it would be a constructed card if you built a deck around it.
Well, maybe. You do have to have discords, is the thing.
That's not hard. He's all over the place.
There is Discord in every color. And
You
there's
can
2
have a
troublemakers.
Discord. Yes.
And
it's
then
you
fine.
could have a Discord villain and play this.
Yeah,
The Troublemaker and then this one.
and it is a 7 flip, and it is the 7th card in the cycle. Everyone thought the tree was the 7th card in the cycle, but we were all wrong. It was
The
yellow.
Scariest Cave in Equestria.
And this comes back to frightening is just really not an effective offense right now.
Yeah, but if you have 3 of those, man.
Yeah.
Interesting. Treadmill. Play to your home. At the start of your turn, if an opponent has at least 3 action tokens, gain 1.
Yeah. It's a limited card.
Limited is weird, so maybe.
Yeah.
I'd consider it if I didn't have better options.
I
Yeah.
think in constructed, it's actually not a terrible idea necessarily because
Most
a lot of
Very
people
rarely.
don't hold on to AT.
Yeah. Against
Unless you're playing against combo. Because they're going like, AT? What is AT? Oh, you mean that thing that I spend in 5 turns? Okay.
yeah.
Utterly drained. Yeah, we mentioned this way back in.
yeah. Main character, it loses and can't have ability.
Potentially relevant.
Which
Put it on
can be
mod.
really strong
Mod is now
against
free power.
Put it on vinyl.
Put it on
Yeah.
vinyl. No free cards. Put it on Fluttershy. No free farming.
Put it on bubbly
Nice
mare.
play. I mean, I don't guarantee this card will see play, but it might see play.
Yeah, I think it's a
Yeah,
strong.
I mean, like
contender.
combo will probably want to run this card. One of
Really? For what?
there are mains that have problem,
What, Mover and Shaker?
and Bubbly Mare.
Sure.
Bubbly Mare actually might
I
see
guess.
Maybe it's a meta call, but whining.
You're better off
um,
running. You're better off running Chaos Capital of the World. Because it's an event, you can tutor it.
Yeah, that's actually a good point.
Yeah. Which reminds me, when we get there, I have a rules thing about that card. But
Whining.
Your home.
I'll be honest, I loved the tweet that spoiled this card, mentioning that now whining is an asset.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, this is the. Wait. Oh, that's why that search is weird. Anyway. Okay, so is this a good card?
I
No.
don't think it is.
I don't think it is either.
This card
Troublemakers,
is.
0 points. So it's 0 cost average, and there are cards that trigger on playing or uncovering a Troublemaker.
Mm-hmm.
And you can play it for free sometimes.
And it
it's a-
mind games.
And it's a 6-power flip. There's
Yeah.
actually very few reasons not to run this card if you have padding space in your deck.
I didn't run it. I only had one. I didn't run it in the pre-release. But a lot
Really?
of people did, and it was working for them, so I might have made the wrong call. Because it's like, you sit there and you go, what is that? Is that Spike? Is that Applejack? What is that? Is that a villain?
Babseed.
Babs is... I mean, you play it in limited, but...
To flip for 0, and no. You having
As,
zeros in your deck is so bad.
as worded also on the card, if there's a tie with the opponent,
I
she would
believe
actually have
that
0
this
power.
one...
It has been errated to
Yeah.
fix that.
Yeah. But yeah, she's not very amazing.
Already saw this card.
Hey, we saw this card.
Oh no, it brought me back to the beginning. Let's go through it all again.
Thanks, Destiny.
Oh god, where were we?
Troublemakers.
Yeah, I gotta find it. Oh, those are... Go up! Go freaking up!
You went too far.
Somewhere around there.
No, it's past this.
Uh,
If you hit next,
You hit next again, it's just going to do the same thing as last time.
there we go.
There we go.
Fluttershy, Brute. I don't really see this card. Like,
you want to play Flower instead.
Yeah.
If you want
If it-
colorless,
If it was 0 bonus...
Yeah, if it was 0 bonus, I could see it.
so villain, good card intrinsically.
Yeah.
Just being a villain, it's a good card.
That said,
Yeah, and this card, it's like, it grows in power. Like, I actually really like this card.
I think it's better than Aoi Zodal. But the initial 5 power
So
that it's going to have.
Here's the problem with Lord Tyrek. He will not eat Frightened Friends. He refuses to snack on Frightened Friends. Frightened Friends do not have the least power.
They have no power at all.
They have no power.
Yeah.
So he will not eat Frightened Friends.
Yeah, so they flip and then nothing. Yeah, interesting.
So
Well, it's a face-off, so...
you know.
Interesting.
So he's
It's not
good,
a.
but he's not as good as he looks.
It's still a villain.
And he's still a villain, yes. I mean, someone
This is
opened one
this
at the
is actually
pre-release
a
and ran him.
villain. This is actually the first non-ultra rare villain we've had since Premiere.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we will actually see these in limited play.
Yes.
Potentially.
There will
What is
be,
his actual rarity? This one.
He's
one
a
is
rare.
He's a
Is he
rare.
rare? Okay.
Yeah, this
Looking
is
at the promo here.
Yeah.
yeah. So we will have 6 villains going into. No one's going to run 18 villains, though. I promise you.
I might.
I'm
Just
gonna
to
make
do
a
it.
deck just
Just to do it.
Pinkie Pie Grump. When a player
Great
draws
limited
a
card.
card put a +1 counter on this card. That is actually...
It is really hard to deal with.
I
Yeah.
love the idea of dropping this card at one problem and Nightmare Moon at another, and flipping this card first,
Yeah,
just to have it immediately out the gate as a 9-power troublemaker.
This
It'll be
set.
10 before they can confront it, because they're going to
Yeah.
draw on their turn.
Yeah.
This set's Green Dragon for limited.
Yeah, absolutely. Someone got it up to 50 power at the release. It's like, why?
Why? Plunder Seed Vines. When this troublemaker is defeated, you may pay 1 action token to put another troublemaker from your hand into play here, face up.
So there's an interesting interaction I was thinking about with this card. If your opponent played this, you could kill it with
Okay.
Epic Win, trigger this card, play any card of your own that you want, kill it, and kill another troublemaker at the other problem.
Your opponent does it.
The person who controls it puts a troublemaker in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah,
It's like Diamond Dog.
yeah, you're right. I wasn't
Diamond
thinking straight on
Doge.
that one.
But yeah,
Yeah.
you can...
But yeah, you
Like-
can Epic Win it and then kill the next troublemaker.
Well, you can't Epic Win your own troublemakers. So.
No, if it's your opponent's. If your opponent plays it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yes, but you could also...
Point is, you could kill 3 troublemakers in one turn with that.
Yeah, you can beat up your own villain and then put like an Applejack. It's like, hey, look, it's an Applejack, and you can't do anything about it. 0 power 6 or 6 power 0 bonus points, or Spike. Because they don't trigger all.
Oh yeah, you could bypass
It does
Applejack's
it, yeah, it
condition
does
with
it.
that.
Does it trigger?
Bypasses the reveal step. Good call.
Yes, we still think villains are viable.
Wait, did someone ask a question?
Someone in IRC asked if we thought villains are still viable. Yes. Epic Win does not make villains intrinsically unviable by itself.
I haven't actually even.
So-
Is anyone looking at the actual Hangout stream?
Apparently.
Um,
But like Snips and Snails has existed for a long time and is arguably better than
Villain-
Epic Win still
Smash Frightened.
at busting TMs. And TMs still exist. Like, you just have to plan around Epic Win, and there are ways to do it.
Okay, what are we on now?
This one is weird.
Rainbow Dash Turncoat.
This one is really
I
weird.
keep trying to wrap my head around how I would use this card. It seems like it's a really interesting card, but I'm not sure if it's worth running.
It's 0 point. A lot of these
run it
you run
limited
in
all the
limited.
time.
If you get enough, Rainbow
Flyer
Dash
extraordinary.
Flyer Extraordinaire is still the strongest main in limited. And these cards are great for that. Because 0 points, ooh, what do I care if you kill it? But
And it's a TM buster.
Yeah.
Wait. How does that work as printed?
So how that works is you play a troublemaker at one problem.
No. Because it doesn't say what you challenge it with. It just says challenge an opponent's troublemaker.
Yeah, and that's defined in the rules as using all characters at the problem.
yeah.
Is it?
Yes. That's what the challenge step is challenging an opponent's troublemaker.
Okay, because, yeah, that's right, because Celestia specifically says start a troublemaker face-off. It doesn't say challenge. Okay, never mind.
Well, there is Biff Pow, which I think says challenge, but it's with this character. It's an additional restriction on which things are involved in the
Oh,
face-off.
whatever. No next button again?
No, there is one.
Just off the side. Rarity Hoarder is good.
It's just like an inverse of Yellow Parasprite. I really like it.
Yeah,
No
so
bonus
it's
points.
it's delayed.
You don't see the card draw for 3 turns, but
Yeah, which is a problem, but
it's not really a problem for a 0-point troublemaker, though.
yeah.
Yeah, she's good. And
and it's a May, so you don't have to draw if you don't want to.
For some reason.
Now, this
There are
card,
reasons.
I love this card. Spike Excessive.
Spike Excessive.
7 power, 0 points. Now, the opponent can, when it's uncovered, pay 2 to dismiss it. But it's still, like, it's either minus 2 AT for them, or they have to deal with a 7 power Troublemaker that gets them nothing.
This is another great example of a troublemaker that I
And
would
it's
pad a
common.
deck with if
Yeah,
I had
like-
just extra space.
In limited, it becomes kind of a dead card later on if you get into the I'm confronting, you're confronting, I'm confronting, you're confronting. Because, like, sure, you're losing 1 AT and they're losing 2 AT, but at that point, you have a million AT, who cares?
Yeah.
But early on, when you don't necessarily have the AT to spare for that, or any AT at all,
Yeah.
it's a great card. So you should, and plus, so I flipped one to win a DFO when my opponent was 4 points up, and they flipped a 2, and I flipped a 7.
Yeah, and like the flip here is really nice.
It was dumb.
Sudi Polomer.
Yeah.
When a challenger defeats this card, they draw a card. When a challenger loses a face-off avoidance card, they discard a random card.
Yeah, I mean, it's reasonable. You don't want to lose.
In
I'd run
limited
it.
play, I'd run
You
it.
play it in Limited, you don't play it in Constructed.
Yeah.
Try the Sparkle Drain. Opposing characters at this card's problem lose and can't have colors.
That can muck
You
people
can,
up.
yeah, you can screw over entry with this, but limited, not constructed.
Yeah.
I think I would see it in constructed if I had a deck designed around trying to lock out that color.
We don't have
Just play
the
things at
only
home.
issue though is that we don't have enough other cards that restrict color.
Yeah. Like, they can just have things at home or whatever, or at the other problem.
It's something to keep an eye on.
Wait, we're on problems now?
Yep. It goes to Ultra. Ultras are separate.
Yeah.
Um, Apple Buck season, which apparently is different from Apple Bucking season. Or Apple Buckin. Anyway, 4/3, 8 wild. When this problem is solved, each player with at least one friend here choose a friend here.
It's hazmat ability.
Yeah. So you get to stay.
Yeah.
Like control can say can use this.
I guess 4 for orange isn't as bad as it is for other colors, but I still don't like 4/3s. As a general rule, I don't like
You
4.
have so many 4. Well, actually, no, there's so many. But
Yeah,
you're gonna have cargo loader,
Yeah, I mean, it's better for orange, but I don't... 4/3s are still hard to hit.
and you may have mod.
and I don't know that
Yeah.
Orange really has any friends that they would want to keep there necessarily.
Well, so the point here is that you're gonna keep your big friend, and they're gonna keep their small friend.
Well, yes, but realistically, that's saving both of you 2 AT. I mean,
Yeah,
if you have
potentially saves
if you have a
more.
friend that just by having presence there is a big deal, then yeah, like a friend that actually impacts the opponent, like Iron Will, leaving him there so they can't get
This one is
abilities there.
This one is actually pretty nice because it costs you two friends to get there, and them 3 minimum.
Oh yeah, okay.
Like, this is a starting problem that the opponent can't just go critter
Right.
FTA. Right? It doesn't work that way. So this
Yeah,
is a
that's
starting problem.
actually
Yeah.
that's actually on par with
Not
the
that
pink problem.
Not that FTA is a thing right now, but
I have an FTA deck that's decent right now.
FTA is probably the 3rd best main pre-Absolute Discord. So, but my point is that it denies
Yeah.
the opponent options.
while an opponent's main character is boosted, that opponent needs +3 wild power to confront this problem.
So
And that is anywhere.
keep in mind, this is a one-sided problem. This does not affect you ever. This is basically an 11 wild power problem for your opponent.
Yeah, because by the
That's-
time you're flipping problems, their main is already flipped.
Yeah.
On a 2 bonus points too. 11 wild for
But-
2 bonus.
Again, the problem is it's a 4/3
For pink, yeah,
for
which
pink.
almost always going to overpay.
So it's basically a combo problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be playable.
Involving the problem face off opposing boosted main characters here have -2 power.
Meh.
So basically, it means a main character here is 1 power, no matter what.
Yeah.
For problem face-offs. If it was
Yeah.
all the time,
And
sure.
again, it's a 4/3, so no,
Yeah, I wouldn't play it.
it's not a good problem.
2/2 starting. When a player confronts this problem, that player reveals the top card of their deck. If it's a friend, they put it into their hand. Otherwise, they put it into their discard pile. It's double. It's two-sided, and it is reveal, but
I think this is going to really hinge on what kind of deck you're running.
I think I don't like these double-sided because they're risky, and your opponent can get the benefit from it. So,
Yeah.
and it's not hard to get the benefit. When this problem enters play, each player with at least 1 action token draws a card. No.
Again,
No.
4/3
Yeah.
in that more 4/3s.
But it's
Ugh.
for orange. I'm fine with
This
for
one-
orange.
This one
You
though is actually
Oh, wow.
like, oh my god, ow, right?
Yeah.
This makes combo sit there and go, I cannot Snips and Snails my opponent's problem. Because if they hit this, or if they hit Fruit Bat Roundup,
It's +1, but
that's big for combo.
I hate, like, the one thing I hate about Buy Some Apples is that you have Snips and Snails and you have Fruit Bat Roundup. Like, we probably shouldn't be running Fruit Bat Roundup.
No, you should.
No.
It rarely hurts you.
It hurt me this last time.
That's because you play. That's because you play Buy Some Apples wrong.
I probably do.
It's a shame I never got around to a primer for that.
You should. When this problem is solved, well, dismiss each.
That card is like, what?
Starting
It's a
problem?
problem.
What?
That combo is
Okay.
like, yeah, okay, this is my
I
starting
suppose-
problem. Have fun.
I suppose if some crazy reason you wanted to try to blitz Destiny Drain and nuke all of your opponent's entry from the start. But just, just kill every entry card
No,
they got.
Combo still probably uses Deep Dark Forest. What am I talking about?
Yeah. DDF is crazy.
But this is like a reasonable aggro problem, or a control problem, sorry.
Yeah. So, when you TFO, are both problems solved?
Yes.
Yes,
Are we sure? Because I know that.
yes, we are sure. I've been scouring that rule all day, trying to figure out how it worked with the
This one is good too.
While there is a face down troublemaker here, players can't confront this problem.
That card is
Which is
good.
which is nice because you start out the game and you play it and it's like, oh, the troublemaker's already blocking it.
Yeah. And then
Fear itself is the name of the card.
they flip it, and then it's like then it's like a villain. So then you put another troublemaker there. So even if they bust it, they're still in trouble.
Yeah. Now this next card, Fire When Ready.
Yeah.
So this
Ooh.
card's fun because it breaks all of our different ways of storing data about the game. Because
I don't think there's a single database we didn't have to fiddle with for this one.
yeah. So this card looks unsolvable. When a character enters play here or is moved here, replace each problem. So this is basically a problem Snips and Snails. But Bugle can explain how you actually solve this problem.
Okay. So, what you need to do is you need Fire When Ready to be the next problem. You know, it's not in play yet. And you need a Spring Step, which is a fixed card from Crystal Games at the problem wearing a hazmat suit. Then you need the problem to be solved, which means problem face-off and all that jazz. So then Spring Step will not go home. She'll stay there, and you'll flip into Fire when ready, and Spring Step will turn the ability off. So then you can either get a million different power colors there, or you could be boring and use Ponyville Banner and put a unicorn there, let's say RTO, and a Earth Pony there, because you already have Spring Step, who's a Pegasus. And then you can score it. But you pretty much that's the only way right now.
Yeah.
There are actually a couple of even more convoluted ways, but they pretty much all require opening with hazmat.
Yeah, and Spring Step, like, you could also use the orange problem that we just looked at that was hazmat ability. But again, you need Spring Step there before this card comes into play. If you play Spring Step 2, Fire when ready will trigger. If you move Spring Step to Fire when ready will trigger. So it's very silly. This is a card that,
But it's a 5 bonus.
the one time that you pull it off, you will be dancing in the streets.
Yes. And your opponent's gonna be like, what? Flooding at Sweet Apple Acres. 2/2. Players with 2 or more characters here can't move or play characters with this problem.
So I think what's actually interesting about this card is what happens if you villain bomb someone on it.
Yeah, they have to rally.
Yeah, there's rally. But then, you can't really build up. This is interesting with troublemakers because
Yeah.
against aggro, they can't. It makes it very difficult to just build up against the troublemaker.
Yeah, because let's say you put a 7 power, like you put Nightmare Moon there, right? What do? They're probably not going to have 7 power,
Yeah.
right? So it becomes. I think this is a strong problem. It's 1 bonus. It's a 2/5. I think this is a strong problem.
Freeing Discord. When a player 7 wild. When a player plays a troublemaker here, that player may pay 2 action tokens and cover it. Yeah, so it's.
This is already basically a card.
Yeah, how is this different from other than like the color and stuff? It's very similar to that
500
years
years of sweltering.
2/1/4.
Yeah,
yes,
I guess
this
it's just the difference.
It's different stats.
Different colors too.
Yeah.
4 purple. If a player would score points for defeating a troublemaker here, they score 1 fewer points instead. Nah.
So
That is nice, but again,
I think it's kind of interesting to consider what troublemakers actually that you would never play get opened up by this. Like a Timberwolf, a lot of people won't play because it's a 3-point bonus.
Though, actually, another thing about
crazy.
Another notable thing about this: 8 wild power, 1 bonus.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't even see that. That's a
That
good
is
point too.
the new record.
Isn't the record Wonderbolt Academy?
Wonderbolt's Academy
Wonderbolt
they can still
Academy
pay for.
is weird.
Yeah.
Because they can still get points off of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Friendship test. Blue. When this problem is solved, each player with a character here gains 1 action token. Okay.
I
No.
I don't really have strong feelings on this problem one way or the other.
I like really dislike giving my opponent options. Even if it gives me options, I don't want to give my opponent options.
Yeah, I agree.
Heavy lifting. No more than 2 of each player's characters can contribute their power to confronting this problem.
Wait, didn't we just see this?
No, that
No.
was slightly different. That was no more than 2 characters can
If there was 2 or more characters, you can't move any.
Yeah.
No,
play
but we solved
route.
this as well. Just it was a starting problem, and it was yellow.
I don't remember.
I think actually he's right. I think there was a very similar one.
Whatever.
Or no, it was characters with more than X power. I think.
Yeah, that's right. No.
Yeah.
No. It was. No, it was. You can only use. Yeah, no, it was exactly this. I'm positive it was. Whatever. It's still fine.
So Arcat's telling us that we're wrong on Fire When Ready.
What
Well,
am I
how-
wrong?
Specifically told in playtesting that it doesn't work. Specifically told.
Looks like we get to bring up more arguments. High-speed chase. When this card enters play,
No.
each player may move one of their characters to this problem. No, thank you. Highly contagious. Each player's home limit is reduced by 1 for each character that player controls.
Hold on a second though. Let's consider that last card in blue with movement trains. That's not necessarily bad.
This is true, but if the
You don't have it set up. If you don't have, like, if your opponent has it, it's really easy to backfire.
if you do the face-off on your turn, you know, if they sips and snails
Actually-
into it, they're saving AT. It's
So
really risky.
my biggest problem with this problem is 3 non-blue.
Yeah,
You have
That is-
so much 2 power that you run in aggro that the 3 non really hurts.
that's a fair point. Anyway,
Wow. No, Ara's right about this other card. Like, oh, well, yeah. Like, it's pretty explicit in the rules that it triggers the other order. That is
All
fun.
I know is I was explicitly told that it doesn't work.
Yeah, we have to
Well,
bring it
being
up.
explicitly told something, the rules say something else.
Okay, so each player's home limit is reduced by 1 for each character that player controls here.
Meh. It's a 4/3. Meh.
In white, yeah.
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 When this card enters play, dismiss all friends with 2 or less power.
Yes.
That is,
Card is good.
yeah, this is a fun control card.
And a combo card. I have no
Yeah.
friends. What do I care?
You better make sure you've got your own entry taken care of though, because if your entry's all in 1 and 2 power cards,
Yeah. Protect and serve. Players must pay +1 action tokens to play Troublemaker here. This is actually a good aggro card.
Playing yellow-blue specifically.
Yeah, but if you're playing yellow-blue, it's good.
Yeah. If you are playing yellow-blue, it's fine.
Dev tears. Trouble,
This is every yellow deck should run this.
Troublemakers don't prevent players from confronting this boss.
Unless you're playing
Unless you're
yellow
villain,
makers,
yeah. So at
But,
aggro, yeah, this is
yeah.
like,
FTA loves this problem. Yep.
yeah. If it
Villain?
was a
What?
starting problem, like, oh my gosh.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
DDF is bad enough.
Restoring friendships. At the start of a problem face-off here, each player may pay 1 action token to ready character here.
Yeah, no.
Knob blue. Is
Knob
that actually
blue.
is that what it says? in the
Not,
OC?
not blue.
What is this?
Ara will look into it. We don't need to worry about it. Ara will look into it.
Okay. Slippery slopes. When a player
This
starting
is a
problem,
too.
when a player confronts this problem, that player moves one of their characters here home. Yeah, it's just a slightly slower. Like, you can't just sit there on it. So if you're
Yeah.
not expecting to do that, then yeah, it's good. And yeah, and it's in purple. So
If you grab their problem, or block their problem with a troublemaker,
that's so hard. Well, so the troublemaker block is good. It's so hard though to like guarantee that you're going to be able to steal
Oh,
a specific
sure.
problem.
But I'm just saying, Well, it's usually easier to grab the opponent's problem than your problem.
Yeah.
Usually.
Tracking T-Rec. At the start of a problem face-off, you get the player with the most power here puts one of their friends here on top of it. I don't like this card. Again, the 3 non.
I don't like it.
Yeah. Trader. 2 purple, 2 non. Troublemakers here have +2 power. This is basically the
purple.
same as the resource we saw. I actually, I think this is good.
Yeah.
Purple likes this. I mean, 1 bonus point. Purple's fine with this. We will not have 45 villain decks. I don't even know if he's watching. I just saw that he said that. That problem is good.
It says characters here lose and can't gain abilities. Yeah, and it's starting.
Like
so
you can. So this was my opponent's problem, and it helped me win because I moved my own Flim and Flam to it to double face.
So when I see this problem, what I see is you can't Snips and Snails this problem,
You cannot.
which makes it really good for those orange farming decks.
It is. There are a lot of really good cards or friends with abilities that. Nope.
Well, Carbo Loader and company don't
And,
actually
like-
get to be at the problem.
you can't. This really hurts villain busting because it blocks so many things.
Daring do, more like Daring don't.
Yeah, and Bane of Evil,
Bane of Evil.
Protector of Equestria.
Basically relegates them down to the hard way.
Well, and an epic win.
Yeah. But yeah, it removes a lot of options.
Yeah, it's a great problem.
Yeah. So
I'm
now.
using it doesn't actually stop Blue Blood.
Nope. Be different.
Well, no, because Blue Blood's at the other problem.
Yeah.
Stops.
Moving into the ultra rares.
It's a main.
Discord, give or take. So what do we got on the start? When one of your friends enters play, you may look at the top card of your deck. If those cards have the same printed power, you may reveal that card to turn this card over. That's a
have to build
difficult
around it.
flip. Yeah, you have to build around this. This is a difficult flip condition.
So when this main was spoiled, I actually threw together a deck where every single card in the deck was 2 power. And it actually, on paper, looked like it might be a fairly decent deck. Not tier 1 material by any means, but definitely very competitive.
But, like, one thing to notice is it's when one of your friends enters play. So, like, you can go, like, I play Mare in the Moon. Eventually, I'm going to hit a 2-power friend.
Yeah.
But I think his flipped ability is actually worth it if you can reliably flip him.
Let's see. At the start of the score phase, you may pay 2. Yeah.
The thing is, he has to be at the problem. Like, he and the friend have to be at the same problem.
Yeah.
But that -3 can really stall player us out.
Yeah, it gives you this opportunity to change who's in control of the problem.
He's a very powerful flip side, even if he doesn't have a very easy flip condition.
Now, this main,
Oopsie.
I think, like, if I pulled this main in Limited, I think I'd run it.
I think I might actually full-time this main for the foreseeable future. I
So,
love this.
so first of all, I'm going to say,
It's Chrissy.
yeah, so it's Chrissy. It's a white main that is easy to flip.
It is the white main that is easy to flip.
Yeah,
It's expensive to flip, but it's easy to flip.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
but
the fun thing is also you don't really want to flip her right away. So by the time you do want to flip her, the cost isn't that bad.
sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. It really depends on the situation. Like,
And
you
so
can
this
steal
is-
problems with her. You can
deny the opponent entry, you can just sit there and go, yeah, I bet your hand is full of great cards, isn't it? You're like,
Yeah,
oh,
it's
Carbo?
like, and it's permanent. The only thing that gets rid of this is
Taking it back.
well, yeah. Well, so this modifier will so it's always in play, so they can steal it with
Pony Charm.
Pony Charm.
Pony Charm. But if you get rid of the Pony Charm, it comes back to you. What does get rid of it though is if they play the card we saw earlier that removes main character abilities. That kills the
No.
continuous
It
No,
doesn't.
no, it does not.
kills the continuous modifier.
Mm-mm. This is you pay 3 to gain control of an opposing friend. That's just gone.
That's
That's yours forever.
How
That's
is
a
that
one
not
shot.
like
That's a one shot
How's
modifier.
that? How's that not a? I guess
Yeah,
that's
it is
the.
a one-shot thing.
Okay,
Now,
yes.
that said, how is Frighten handled with that? It becomes a new card. Does it stay under your control?
No.
Wait, if you frightened a stolen friend,
If
like
you
Chrissy,
frighten a
back?
stolen friend, would you retain control of it?
No. I don't like this wording. It has to be worded as a continuous modifier. I don't understand how it's worded as a one-shot.
You think everything needs to be continuous modifier?
But, so here's the question. Here's the big question. Will we see white main decks? Like, tier 1?
If it happens, it's going to be on this card.
Yeah.
Yes. But will
Here's the other thing, Cheese. Okay, let's look at her flipped power.
Yes, her flip power. Dun dun dun. Nothing.
How does a continuous modifier continue to function if she doesn't have it?
Doesn't matter.
The only way the ability can even function at all is if it's,
there are
a one-shot modifier.
No, there are continuous abilities and there are continuous modifiers. This is a one-shot ability that creates a continuous modifier.
But it doesn't create it on her. It creates it on the friend.
So the rules change now. There's like this ethereal place that a modifier can be.
Let's move on before we get sidetracked too much. We'll sort that one out later.
We need to look at the
River
prettiest,
Dash, Sonic
this is the
Rainbow.
prettiest card. This
Yeah.
is the new prettiest card in the game.
And
Nice.
it is
Absolutely.
custom art, whatever we want to call it.
Original art.
Like-
Yes, original art.
This card just makes me happy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. This card makes me smile just looking at it,
I
and
mean-
I can't
Like-
imagine that in foil it doesn't look way better.
this was the only ultra rare I got at the pre-release, and I didn't care.
Yeah.
Because it's like, yes, it's not an exceptionally good card.
It is fun for showdowns.
She has some uses. Like, I'm not saying she's a dead card. But she is on the weaker side of ultra rares. But I don't care. It is Rainbow Dash, smiling and super happy, and it's so pretty, and I don't care. This is a card that I like having in my life.
So, Applejack Lasso Champion, a 4 for 5.
Viking needs this card.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
But
She's fine.
yeah,
doesn't really
again,
feel-
it's no carbo loader.
No.
My biggest problem with this card is just the other orange fatties it's competing with are so much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like the
plus,
ability
if
is.
you frighten her or the other friend, then she's now just a vanilla 5-power friend,
Yeah.
right?
And-
Which is kind of a strong thing in and of itself. I mean, vanilla 5 power. That's
But she's also yoink bait. Like.
Yeah.
So many cards. Are
So is Carbo.
yeah.
I mean, orange is like, sure, yoink. Okay, I've got like 1,000 yoink targets. What are you gonna hit?
Yeah. But like, so this is basically just
But
the
it's a good card.
out of action.
Yeah, I still think I would run out of action over this though,
Yeah, I agree.
It's one cost, like definitely.
and 2 rec.
Yeah.
On the other
So,
hand, I
like,
don't.
again, Orange isn't looking for this. Oh, I get power to confront a problem and an ability. It's like I need lots of power to kill my troublemakers and like sit on a problem.
I don't think this card is a dead card.
Oh no,
but
no.
It's not.
She's
it's
medium
like-
power, but she's medium power, and for the
Yeah,
ultra rare,
exactly.
she's looking for high power.
Yeah.
She's no jar judger though either.
Now here we go. Here's high
I
power.
will attack the day. Opposing friends here lose and can't have abilities. See, sometimes they say have and sometimes they say gain, and I can't decide if
Whatever. Wording.
yeah, wording. So it's 2 for 3.
Yeah, the 4 rec.
4 rec, yeah, 4
Right.
rec is hard, especially in orange.
It's still very strong. Like, Camo mod made by some apples. Like, it made it go from good deck to great deck. This is like a mass Camo mod. Have we figured out what happens when 2 Iron Wills stare at each other yet?
No, I think that it's the first one takes precedence, but I'm not. Well, now I'm not even sure.
Yeah.
There's a section in the rules that
Them both into play.
I believe that they're applied in timestamp order,
Yeah.
and so the first one played takes precedence. I'm not 100% sure on that though.
And then we get
And
into
then
the
we have,
weird
like,
situation
like-
that it's actually possible for 2 to come into play on opposite sides of a problem at the same time.
At exactly the
Yes.
same time, yes.
With the Equestria games.
Yeah. Again, I'm just
Equestria
saying-
games. There's also that white event, the Reanimator
The
event.
Not
Discord
like-
file.
Nothing
Discord
should
file,
happen
yeah.
simultaneously.
Um,
Breaks so often.
So let's ignore the fact that Iron Will has weird Iron Will complications. It's just a strong card. Like, you could take Stubborn off this card, and it wouldn't matter. It would still be a strong card. Like, Stubborn is fine. I don't know.
Honestly,
when
you could
it's
take
gonna
the
be
power off of the card, and this card would still be playable.
I think I would rather he was a 2 for 2.
I'm not.
actually.
Yeah. Well,
I don't
I'm
want
not,
him to be yoinked.
Yeah. I'm still having issues considering where this is going to be that strong, but like, yeah, it blocks RTO.
Well, It
It
blocks
blocks
RTO,
RTO,
it blocks
TSGG.
Sniff of Snails.
Blocks Carbo, blocks...
if
doesn't
they're
know.
at the problem.
Carbo plays from home frequently, but
Sure, he has to be at the problem, but how does the opponent get him home? If you're blocking their TSUV... I mean, granted, you need
It
him at
doesn't
both
block-
problems.
Well, yeah, you need it at both problems. If he's at both problems, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. You know, blocks Snips and Snails, blocks, yeah, I mean, I think he's a good card. I think, on our little spreadsheet, I will definitely rate him a 4. Like, I don't think he's a 5, but I think he's a 4. I mean, he's no Carbo. But he's strong.
Next card.
Average card.
Discord, Spirit of Chaos. Yeah, it's a 3 for 7, but not really. It's actually a 3 for 5, which is strong.
4.
3 for 4.
Sorry, 3 for 4. Which is strong. He flips for a 7, which is actually really nice.
And if you put him into play, you don't get that 7.
Yeah, you get
Yeah.
potentially 4 instead. It's like, not bad at all.
What's interesting about that though is then you could turn around and play like the yellow event that allows you to ignore one card from each player.
Yeah, then you gain it, and yeah.
Yeah, Pestrosity. Yeah, it's an
Why
average
is
card.
it broken? So
It's
the
always
next
broken.
card is Sunset Shimmer. Sunset.
Why is Sunset Shimmer broken?
I
Why
don't
is Sunset
know.
Shimmer so hard to say?
You're dang right. I
Bacon
blame.
Pony.
I
Blame the fact
blame-
that it's like almost 7 in the morning.
Oh no, I'm blaming Destiny Draw right now. That this is broken. Yeah. Okay, so what does she do?
She's a 2/1/2.
Yeah.
When the opponent plays a card, you can discard a card of the same type to get 1 AT. That's
yes,
good.
you're gaining AT.
And you're
Purple,
turning dead
by the
cards
way.
into AT.
Yeah, purple.
Or you're turning cards that are not useful to you right now to be a little more bursty. She's a purple aggro card, which purple needs more of.
Yeah, so definitely,
And 2/1/2.
definitely limited potential in.
2/1/2 helps you hit that 3 rec purple really wants to hit. So I think she's playable. I think she's a strong card.
Trenderhoof.
Now this is a strong
Cards in
card.
play have unique, and the reason this is strong is teamwork.
Not just that, it's mass removal.
Kind of. It's down to
Okay.
1-ups.
Sure, but it's like, oh, you have 3 CCs, now you have 1.
How often do people have 3 CCs?
All
This-
the time!
This
Not
can
all
really
the time.
this can really have a drastic impact on somebody's entry too. If they're relying on multiples to get their higher entry requirements.
I still think that the biggest thing this has is
It's
teamwork.
teamwork. Yeah.
Fluttershy, hide and squeak.
Interesting. Like, people keep going back and forth on this.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's either Troublemaker phase, it can save, but my issue with it though is that it's not repeatable. It is like, okay, they played a Troublemaker, I'm gonna play this so I can confront the problem, and then next turn, and then save flipping their Troublemaker return.
Okay,
Yeah.
but then consider it under
That's a
this
specific
perspective.
case, but
When you consider that she's a one-shot use, she's basically an event you play in advance and provides you power until you use it.
yeah.
Yeah.
The thing though is that you're playing it in advance. Like, it is aggro doesn't want to play that far ahead.
Well, yellow is not just an aggro. I mean, I don't think aggro would play this card. I don't think aggro would play this card anyway at 2
you
for
might
2
play
on a 3
this-
yellow requirement.
Actually, I think you might play this in in Flutter Farm to prevent the opponent from being your troublemakers.
Yeah, this is the other case for this card. It's a single turn, but then if you're farming, it's a 2 power
Yeah.
in your deck. I don't know if it's worth that. There are other ways
As
to
well.
Well, and if
Okay.
the Royal Guidance archetype comes back at all, I think this would be a strong card there.
Well, like she's interesting.
Has a
She's
lot
worth
of
looking
answers,
at. Like I don't. She's in that weird spot where I don't want to give a definitive answer for her. Like.
Yeah.
Because she does a very unique thing that is clearly useful, but
But not always.
not always.
Yeah.
Like.
Oh, let's move on. King
Sombra.
Sombra. This card's cool, but it's gonna get yoinked, and after it kills all your friends. So
the worst part about this is that the 3 for 4 colorless really screams use me in an aggro deck, and then the first thing it eats is your Forest Owl.
Like, the other thing is it only really helps you on, like, considering how big he is, you want him to be on the opponent's problem, and then he'll eventually outgrow that problem, and it's just like you're eating friends that you don't want to be eaten.
yeah, it's like, oh, I have cheap friends and I have Cloud Chaser out, so it's not that bad.
I guess I'm confusing this with the
And then he eats Cloud
T-Rex
Chaser.
card, but
But, like, yeah, I don't
and
know.
the thing is, you can't protect your friends by any method. It's not even friends at his location. It's just friends.
Yeah, it's just nom 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 nom.
Yeah. I think I'd actually run it in limited. for a later game,
Mm,
kind of.
for a later game card, sure, but you wouldn't play it early.
Not as entry, or not entry, but like not as your first card. It's so bad.
Mid to late game, though, when you have a bunch of stuff at home that's not worth moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you've got extra AT and stuff. Constructed.
No, I don't think so at all.
Yeah. I keep looking at this card, and I'm like, it feels like one of the worst URs in the set, but at the same time, like, there are uses for it, so...
Yeah.
Check out this next card. Queen Chrissy.
Yeah, here's your money card.
Yeah, this is hands
think
down
this is the
most valuable
$60
card of the set.
Yeah, I think this is the $60.
And the fun thing about this set is there are so many
Two
solid...
were opened at my pre-release.
There are so many solid ultra rares in this set. I don't think her
Yeah.
price is going to get quite as ridiculous as we've seen in previous sets because there's other
that's-
ultra rares holding up the value of the box.
Mm-hmm. Maybe, but like, basically this card reads, "This is RTO copy 4, 5, and 6." I mean, she's
Well,
more
it's unique,
versatile than that, but she really is.
Well, so what's
Go.
great, what I think is great here is Penny Lane. This is giving you, like, you have that penny sitting at home that generally hurts because it's not in your deck, or not in your hand. But now you have extras. I think, like, we need to do the math and, like, test this out some, but I think that this actually improves Penny Hoops a lot.
Yeah. It also,
And it's a Carbo, and it's a...
plus she gets rid of herself for Penny.
Yes. She self-cycles.
Which is very relevant because
Well,
of
it's
freaking
hard.
juggling routine.
Yeah, because you have to be juggling anyway because you're hooves. Sadly, copying hooves doesn't help you at all.
Oh.
There's definitely an AT engine there.
But you know, another really fun interaction is copying Mare in the Moon, because she goes away and then comes back, and you can choose something else if you want.
Yeah. One of the fun things, though,
Also,
is
TV.
that this card was posted, and the trigger is as this card enters play, and I was like,
Yes.
oh, so they're gonna add a new trigger rule to the rules, and they didn't. So technically, this card does absolutely nothing.
Actually, by the way, Queen Chrysalis is not a good way to gain a carbo loader when your opponent has a carbo loader, because teamwork does not
Yeah.
work with her at all. Teamwork
It's not,
gives
printed.
printed abilities, and only where
But
she is, and
Even
cards
even
in.
just
Hmm?
even just her being a Carbo is still useful.
I mean, yes,
Extra
she's
flip.
off for no, not really, because the opponent has a carbo, and you have, and 3 Earth ponies, and you have just her. She's not a very good counter to carbo. You need to get rid of their carbo for her to be a good counter to carbo.
Copy yoink.
Yeah. But yeah. That being said, she's still a fantastic card.
Yeah,
I
you mentioned pairing her with Mare in the Moon.
Yeah.
You could actually confront problems for free every turn with that.
Yes. She also she's really fun copying RTO as stated, like, because you can go, so RTO is confronting the white half of this problem, and Chrissy is confronting the not white half part of this problem. Plus, she's a 3-power Mare in the Moon or 3-power RTO.
Yeah. It's a very flexible card, extremely.
Absolutely.
And not yoinkable.
Like, people will look at this and go, oh, it's just cloned from MTG. The clone's not really that good at MTG. No, she is actually a lot better in this game than she is in MTG.
I wouldn't be surprised to see this run 3 of in almost every deck across every archetype.
Almost everything, yeah.
Yeah, and that's why it's going to be expensive, is that it goes in everything.
It goes in everything.
So, Chaos Capital of the World. I like this card.
Errata.
Yeah.
Errata.
So they did fix it. Chaos is not a keyword. So turn main, like the chaos ability is interesting. Like can really hurt you. You got to build a deck around it. It turns all cards over. So like, you're not going to see this card played in standard construction. It's too weird.
No.
There are some fun little things you can do with it. One of the fun things is that if you turn friends face down with this, they can't be turned back up without this card. Because face down, we assumed that what they would do is say that face down cards are frightened. But that's not what the rules change did. And Rally can only ready a frightened character or friend. So,
And yet, at the same time, the rules also clarify that a face-down card has everything that Frighten has with it. It loses abilities and everything. So yeah,
it's just not frightened.
It's
like,
it's never frightened. It's just turned face down, and so
I really hope that's not the intent because
I don't think that's.
I don't think that's the intent at all. I think it was trying to simplify the wording of the card.
I don't know, dude. You're gonna ask, and he's gonna be like, "It's exactly as it's intended."
No, I really hope not.
I don't know. I mean,
and then later they'll fix it.
For a 4 AT cost, that might actually make it worth playing.
All these cards are worthless. No, I don't think so.
No. I absolutely don't think that's the intent.
I actually need to check again. Under the previous rules, if you had a frightened friend flipped it using this, it would still be frightened. But
it would still be frightened, but face up.
Yeah.
What?
I believe that was fixed though.
The whole point is when you get down to the letter of the law transactions with this card, it does weird stuff.
Yes.
Well, let's move on to our next one.
The elements more. Is this one the crappy one?
This is your Spitfire.
Oh,
this is your Philomena.
Yeah. This is trash.
Yeah, this is the worst ultra rare in the set. It is just not playable.
Element of Loyalty. Now this one's actually fun.
This is the best element that's not Element of Surprise. It's still not a very good card.
But it's not a terrible card. And
but it's not a terrible card.
If you can, so the problem here is the 3 blue rec. Getting this out early,
and you have to use it twice.
You have to use it. Well, once it pays for itself, and
not
twice.
really, because you've lost a card.
Whatever, it's a card. It's not.
It matters.
It's flipped for 7.
It's a deck slot.
Yeah.
I think the flip for 7 offsets the card. I really do. But that said, you do have to use it twice for it to start paying off.
But like in a longer game, but like you're playing aggro if you're gonna run this card. So yeah, there is the potential for a blue villain farm deck with this. But like, it's and you have to move.
Actually, it works when something enters play too, which actually is.
Enters play, or there's some options.
It's kind of weird as a main phase reaction.
Yeah. That's because it doesn't want you to do something like 10 seconds flat. Move.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Well, it does move.
Not during 10 seconds flat.
Oh, yeah, no, main phase. Okay, that's what you mean.
So, okay, here we go.
Discord under Pandemonium. 1 bonus point.
7 power.
Not as good as Spike. Let's see. At the start of each player's Troublemaker phase, that player banishes the top card of their deck. While that card remains banished, it has no color requirements, and the player who defeats the Troublemaker may play that card as though it were in your hand. So
Epic Win works with this card.
Yes, and this builds up a hand, like a little hand over on the side of both players' cards, and then
that
can't
be discarded.
Yeah, can't be discarded. And now you have this little private hand that's safe and has no color requirements.
And you can
Like-
just play your opponent's cards.
It's like, thank you for those RTOs.
You do not want this card to backfire, but honestly, I would run this over Nightmare Moon in a lot of decks because I don't like Nightmare Moon because I don't like discarding my cards. But that's because I'm not a very good control player, really.
Yeah, that's the thing. You're a bad control player.
Yeah. Like I could see Mod using this. I think it's a much better troublemaker than T-Rex, or not T-Rex, sorry, than King Samra from CG.
I think it's better than Tyrek too.
Yeah. So I definitely see this seeing play.
And it hurts combo a lot.
Yeah.
So that's it, right? We're on to
Yeah.
our negative cards.
So now we go to the. So we don't know if there is a 0-0 or a 0 or whatever they want to number it, but we do have -1 through -3. Let me swap out something here. It lied to me.
We didn't want to look at you anyway.
Oh no, window capture. And
Come on, 3 more cards. I need to go to bed.
there we go. Yeah, no, dude, I'm tired. Nightmare Star. What the hell is this, dude? So people on Facebook and Reddit and everywhere were freaking out about this. Like, where does she even come from? There's a lot of theories. She has not been in the comics or show yet. But so let's look at the card here. Players can't exhaust their friends. Note, it's an epic troublemaker that is not a villain. This is new.
Yes.
So the way this works is it blocks both sides. You can confront it, but it doesn't frighten.
Yes.
So it's a very interesting farming card. As long as you don't rely on exhausts to farm your villains, then this is good. This really hurts Carbo-based decks.
It hurts Snips and Snails. She cannot be Snips and Snailed.
Yeah.
It hurts
It protects
ATO.
both sides
Yes.
from Snips and Sailing. Like,
Yeah, it Cloud Chaser, ATO, TSUV, Camo Mod.
and,
So-
and you get
There
like,
is a lot of cards to get shut down by
A
this.
lot of cards.
the best part about this though is that you get to troll your opponent with a like OC looking Celestia. Like, this looks like one of those crazy OCs. Seriously.
So another thing though is you can frighten your opponent's friends with this. They can frighten, or not frighten, exhaust. You can exhaust their friends. They can exhaust your friends. You just can't exhaust your own friends.
Yeah. Let's take a look at the next one.
Yeah, this card is a good card. Gummy.
Gummy.
This is -2.
Now, my first opposition to this card was that it wasn't show art, but I was quickly corrected. This is show art.
This is show art.
He's not that useful. It's not a good card at all, really.
But it's very cute.
Yes. Let's see. And our next one, this card. It doesn't have a name.
It doesn't have a sub name.
We've brought this card up a few times just as -3. We don't really know what to call it. It's hard to call it anything when
And
it doesn't
it's an
actually have a name.
Uncommon. Like, this
Yeah,
confuses
it's an
me.
uncommon. It's a secret uncommon.
When this card is flipped, you lose the game. Like, that kind of sucks.
But it is a 3 power for 1 cost.
And this
Yeah.
actually really does validate a lot of the purple deck control. Because, like, no one runs purple top deck control because it's useless. But, like, if you're running this, it becomes a little bit more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And unless, of course, you're playing, well, Globetrotter got banned, but let's say you're playing against One Taste. You lose. I
Yeah.
originally thought this card wasn't real because this scene, this is Slender Pony. This is the thing that someone we think got fired for including, and I was like, there's no way they're gonna use this. Alright, but apparently it's real, so
Yeah, it is a real card. It has no trait icon. I believe it's the only friend with no trait icon. It's
yeah.
definitely the only card with no name.
It's just a really strange card.
Yeah.
Yes. But I don't think it, like,
I don't think it's gonna see a play.
I
But
don't
it's
think
fun.
anybody in a serious
Yeah.
competitive environment could ever justify playing a card that has a backfire condition of you lose the game.
like,
well,
why you run T-set.
This is like you have a 45 card deck with 3 of these in your deck. That's literally 1 in every 15 face-offs. You're just going to instantly lose the game.
yeah, you need a crazy amount of top deck control, and you got to set it up, and I will definitely make some decks with this card, but
Oh, certainly.
Oh, yeah.
In casual play, this card is going to be hilarious to play with.
This was a key card in that Discord deck I mentioned.
It might be
Like,
fun
you
to
play
build a
Mist and
combo deck.
Bathrobe.
It might be fun to build a combo deck around this card that's designed to get to 14 points and lose.
Oh my god, that would be the biggest troll.
Like
Everyone off.
just a modification of 1 pace. Like I played for 70 minutes. You win.
Like what?
This is why people hate us.
Yeah.
Oh my god. No. No. No.
But yeah, I think that's every card in Absolute Discord that we know of
Yeah.
at this time.
Yeah. Hopefully there's still a 0-0, but
I'm not saying.
yeah. And
I am not saying.
we might even go to -4. We don't know how far this goes. No, I'm not expecting
Goes
that.
to negative 206.
That would suck. Because that means we're only half done, and this only took we've been for 3
We've
hours.
been doing this for 3 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, the plan was like 2 hours, I think.
But yeah. That's it. I'm going to bed.
Yeah, pretty
It's
much.
6. I need to be up.
Real quick though,
6
real
hours.
quick, what are the overall thoughts on the set?
I
Probably
think
the strongest set so far.
yeah, I agree. This is the strongest set so far. I think there might be some fair argument that this is a sign of power creep. But at the same time, I think this is the most engaging set we've had yet, and I really think this is going to bring a lot of players back to the game that have previously left. And I think that's pretty much good across the board.
Yeah.
You'll notice also that we said, like, this is a great limited card. This is a great limited card. Like, that was like 2/3 of the cards, right?
Yeah, which is really surprising. Like in most of these sets, you're like, I do not want to draw
Yeah,
any
in
of
Crystal
these
games, it's like, wow, this is a terrible. I don't want to play this at all. Like Crystal Ponies, like they just hurt your entry. Like Discord, like is not like Discord is a good emergency entry, but this set also has 202s,
Yeah.
right?
And so like,
Have those and
so I think this is actually a really great example of a set that they were able to print. Like, not every card is designed to be a tier 1 card, and they were able to print a lot of like fun cards without making them suck. Like they're fun, but they still they don't hurt you to include in the deck.
Yeah. I also like that we don't really have nearly as many dud ultra rares in this set as we've had in the past.
Yeah, I don't think any of these cards. Well, Chrissy may hit Carbo Loader prices. It really depends on.
Chrissy's not going to be 100.
I don't know, man. It goes
Maybe
like,
right
it
out the
goes-
gate.
It goes in more decks than Carbo does.
This is true.
It goes in more decks than RTO does. Like, it's competing with a lot of other. There's just other good cards in the set, so it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm definitely happy with this set. I'm gonna make that combo work.
Mm-mm. You're not. You're not. You're not.
Well, I think with that we're done. I am
Yeah.
definitely tired. I have pre-release in like not too many hours.
8 hours for me, yeah. And I still need to sleep.
I have to get up in 6 hours. 5.
And my wife has to be up in 2 hours, at which point I have to babysit. I don't know that I'm going to get sleep tonight, actually, now that I'm thinking about this.
Wow.
Yeah, thanks for taking like 8 years getting us set up, jeez.
I know. The plan was to start this at 11. It took like 3 hours.
And it took we started at like 2,
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
and it is 6. No. Whenever.
Oh, your time. I was like, what? You're off by a few hours. But yeah, so good night. Thanks for anybody that actually stayed up listening, and we'll make sure this gets posted to YouTube so the rest of the people can listen if they want to sit through like 3 hours. But
Yeah.
yeah, let me find where is it? There it is. So yeah, bye.
Good night. I'm going. Bye.